Yeah, he probably copyright.
What's up, everybody? It's a Nice Guy Indie Podcast, and it sounds like an echo in here. Is there an echo in here?
A little bit of it.
A little bit.
What's going on with that? I don't know. It's Nice Guy Indie Podcast. We're here. It's Wednesday night. What the hell's the echo?
Yeah, what is the echo?
It's Wednesday night, and we are doing. We're watching AEW. We got Upstart, New South Wrestling Upstart owner Anthony Presley is in the house.
Hey, what's up?
He's starting week 2 of the Upstart program down there in Lawrenceburg.
That's right.
Why is it? I don't know. It sounds like an echo to me, but I guess we'll be all right. So what's going on, Anthony?
Man, everything's going good. Trying to get ready for this show coming up. We got a big weekend this weekend, so lots of stuff going on. So we're trying to get ready for all of that.
Yeah, yours sound good. I sound echoing yours. Johnny, talk a little bit.
Hey, I hear that. We're sorry that we missed the last Upstart, because from what I saw, it was a damn good show.
Yeah, we had some really, really good matches. The crowd was really down. I think a little bit of it.
A little bit.
I think the football game really hurt us quite a bit. So yeah, we definitely want the people to come out and support us, so that we can support all these guys. A lot of these wrestlers, they come from other states and not just here local. They're making long trips to get here, and we want to make sure we're there to support them. But matches were all great. Just the crowd was really down low because of I think it was because the Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, but the game with the playoff game with the Bengals. So
yeah,
You think that with the price that y'all are showing, that they come out and support y'all more?
yeah. But you know what? I believe we will. We have to just build that place up because the company that was there years ago kind of got to a point where they ran it in the ground a little bit, and so we're trying to rebuild it. And I want to get people out there to see how much work we put in the building, and it's not the same place. A few of the wrestlers that have wrestled there in the past wrestled Sunday night, and they was blown away. Yeah. Zodi was blown away about how much work's actually been done there. And then our new Upstart heavyweight champion, Dustin Jackson, was like really blown away.
Cool.
That's what it's all about. We liked it.
Are you on there? I don't hear you in my headphones.
My mic is dead for some.
You might turn it up.
It's dead. That's why I was echoing. My mic is dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That's not plugged in.
It wasn't plugged in.
That's why I was echoing. I was like,
You unplugged your mic.
because it's your it's your. Hey, there we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice Guy Andy Podcast. This is Nice Guy Andy. You know what we do.
He came back in, fellas.
My damn the microphone was off, so I don't know. I guess that's why I was hearing the echo, because you guys, microphones was picking
You
up
could
my
hear
voice.
us, but you wasn't hearing yourself.
I was just like y'all's microphones was picking me up, and I could hear me talking, but I was like, "What the hell's going on?" But yeah, we're good to go now.
I tell you what, though, if the fans want to see New South Friends, they need to support this man, because where else are you going to get?
Maybe like a lot of people don't know you're down there yet. You know, you just got to get the word has to get out. I think a little bit more.
Some maybe that is, but I think football really hurt us a little bit. I was really hoping the football games would have been Saturday, and then we would be free on that Sunday. The first show, even though we had the football game, we still had 105 people. It was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
The second one being that it was the AFC Championship game, that really, I think, hurt us, is that there wasn't a lot of people. But they missed a lot of really good matches, because there were some really, really good matches there.
Yeah, we didn't get to get down there. My son was sick, so we didn't get to get down there on Sunday, but we wanted to. But he ended up coming up with some cold or something. But
yeah, there was a couple of people from our team that got sick as well and couldn't make it.
You're fired.
You're fired.
One of our camera guys, Brandon, he couldn't make it.
Oh yeah,
Brandon Ramey, he couldn't make it out. He was sick, and so
Brandon's cool.
He's
talked to him
really
a few
cool.
times.
And then one of our referees, Aaron,
He's a wrestler too, right?
Yeah, you think he used to wrestle.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Grider, one of our referees, he got real sick too and was throwing up, and he couldn't
Such
make
shit
it.
just going around, I guess, man. Like, well, you're a replacement tonight. We didn't have you really scheduled. Joe Monroe and Professor were coming in, and I guess Professor has the COVID, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you came in.
I'm sorry I'm late, everybody. I'm
That's all
fired.
right.
I know.
You're
yeah,
fired.
the kids
You're
were
fired.
The kids wasn't too happy about it, but I told them I had to help you guys and bail you guys out. Cause
Oh yeah,
somebody-
yeah. Well, appreciate it, man.
So
yeah,
we drove up from. I was already.
I mean, it's never a problem to talk about New South Wrestling anyway.
Well, I
That's
appreciate
true.
that.
Yeah.
I was already heading to Lexington anyway to go to NutriShop and get my refill up on all my supplements that I take when I weight
really?
lift. So
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. They one of y'all sponsors?
yeah, they're one of our sponsors over on Tiverton Way, NutriShop.
Okay, yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
NutriShop on Tiverton Way. Okay.
Yeah, the guy over there that runs that and owns it, Sky, he's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably wouldn't know, but he's actually a songwriter originally from Nashville, and he's written a lot of like really big songs out there in Nashville for Nashville artists.
Oh,
so.
cool.
So
maybe,
that's how he got all the money to start the.
maybe we'll bring
NutriShop.
like he's thinking about having a concert at your place, right?
Yeah, we're talking about maybe in March doing something that they do down in Nashville a lot. It's called Writers Rounds, where all the writers can really sing too. They're good singers.
Yeah.
So we're talking about bringing some writers from Nashville up, some well-known writers, and just having like 4 or 5 of them on the stage, and then they'll tell a little story about the song that they wrote, and then they'll sing the song, and then the next one will do the same, and they'll just continue doing that for a couple hours. And
That'd be cool, man.
it's kind of really big.
Maybe we can get him like if you y'all decide to do that, we'll get him on the podcast
That's
before
right.
before y'all do it.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So
Yes, it
everybody will
does.
know who he is and know what y'all guys are down there doing. I mean, we get out to a lot of people. Hopefully, a lot of people are listening to us, watching us tonight.
Well,
So
one of the guys he's talking about bringing is like huge on Facebook is Cooper Allen.
Cooper Allen?
He does a lot of mashup videos.
he's
and
there.
stuff.
He's there in Lakeland?
He's in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
But he's like really big. Like I mean, millions of followers
Really?
online. Yeah, he's
Well,
he's real good.
Hopefully, we'll get there someday.
Yeah, I mean he found a niche that people love and they just follow him. But he said he would consider coming up and doing that.
Really?
He's actually come up and put on concerts at Manchester Music Hall.
Oh wow.
But he said he wouldn't come do a full concert because he don't want to mess up what he's got with Manchester Music Hall. But he said doing a writers round,
Yeah.
it's a little different. You know, he's
Yeah.
telling a little bit about the song and then singing a couple.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That
But-
sounds great. What else? What other stuff y'all got going on? Y'all got some comedy shows going on down there?
Yeah, this Saturday night we have from 2 o'clock to midnight is Skullfest 3. So that's going to be about 12 different bands playing. Just it's like a festival, a
Yeah.
music festival, and they're going to have a couple comedians there too. So from 2 to midnight this Saturday is going to be just loaded with music, live music, and it's only $10 to get in the door, and that's all day long for $10.
Oh,
So,
really? Really?
and then we'll have food and drinks there as well.
Nick's cool, man. Nick made my song.
He really is.
Our
Yeah.
song for us that we have on the thing here.
Yeah, Nick
What
Hines
is up,
from
Diego?
Skullface Records. So
Yeah, Skullface Records is awesome, man. Those guys down there are cool. He puts on he's got 1,000 podcasts he does.
yeah,
But that guy's so cool, man. I asked him for some music. He's like, "Here, I got something." I asked to put out. I was like, "Is anybody got any music?" He's like, "Yeah, I got you. I got your song, man." I was like, "Ah, cool." He just sent it to
Yeah.
me, gave it to me. I was like, "Oh man."
yeah,
that's
he's
awesome.
a good dude, and but he's excited about doing Skullfest 3 there.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday night, and then the very next night, Sunday, is New South Upstart. It's our second week as Upstart in the building, and it's got some really
What's
good matches.
what's that card looking like?
Looks like so that one we've got our newly heavyweight champion Dustin Jackson will be defending the belt.
So he's the New South Upstart champion.
Yeah, and he'll be defending the title against Oliver Gunner, who you saw at KEPW, the guy with the British tights.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
he'll be wrestling him.
That guy's a good wrestler.
Yeah. So those two will be taking each other on for the title.
He took on Nate. Didn't he take on Nate?
Yeah, I think he did
Yep.
take on Nate.
Nate Hewitt?
And he had the GoPro. The referee had the GoPro on it.
Uh-huh.
That one. And then Colorblind, the new Southern Tag Team Champions, they'll be back with the Snakes, and they'll be wrestling Adam Swayze and Big Rex.
Oh, that's gonna be
So-
great.
Oh, Big Rex, cool, man. We met Big Rex down in
Yep,
NWF.
NWF.
Yeah.
He's a real cool guy. We met him at Generation X too, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So they'll be there wrestling. Then you'll have Alexis Littlefoot, who was there this past Sunday.
Love Big Flexer.
Yeah, the Big Flexer. She'll be there taking on.
She's such a star, man. She's just going to be a star.
Yeah.
She can develop that wrestling skills a little bit more. I think she's going to be a huge
Yeah,
star.
I mean she's only had a few
Yeah, she's-
handful of matches.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and Larry was talking about the other night. Said she has charisma out the yazoo, and then she's really got the look. I mean, she's beautiful.
Oh, she's beautiful.
And
yeah, she's got the look and the personality.
Just a little more confidence in the ring. She's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
But she's taking on Savannah Sweet from NWF.
She's going to be here tomorrow night, right?
Savannah Sweet.
She has to call in tomorrow.
Oh, she's not going to be here.
Yeah, because she wouldn't be able to make it in time.
Oh, Mickey Mouse is going to be here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And so Savannah, she'll be here taking on Alexis Littlefoot, and then what was one of the other matches I had? Corey, I think Corey Sparks.
Yep, Corey Sparks.
Corey Sparks, and I believe. Let me hop off here real quick, and I'll be able to tell you exactly.
And real quick before you continue, Cameron wants you to know he's gonna miss us.
Cameron?
Yep.
I didn't even get to have him on the show, man.
He said this. He said, I will still show up if you're interested.
I want to have him on the show because
Diego.
everybody knows Diego. I mean, everybody knows that he walks around Lexington
As Elvis Presley.
dancing like Elvis
Or
Presley,
Michael Jackson.
dancing like
He
Michael
retired that
Jackson.
one.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to come in and dance for us, but
I wanted him to dance for us too.
Yeah.
He robbed us of that.
Yeah, he's a talented kid. I saw him dance like Michael Jackson down at KPW when he was down there training.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to have Zodiac and Adrian Alexander.
Oh wow, that's are they going back for the new Nice Guy Indie podcast?
No. I think what's going on there, man, is they have gotten to this point where
It's more than
Adrian Alexander. Yeah, it's more than that.
It's a feud now.
Adrian Alexander is obsessed with getting Zodi's mask off.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
And Zodi is taking it personal, and he said that he doesn't really care about championships at this point. He wants to take out Adrian. So this is becoming a real rivalry, a real something brewing.
What up, Evil
That's
Nate?
good.
We were just literally talking about
Yes,
you,
we
brother.
were.
Yeah, we were, and
All good things,
Yeah.
by the way. What's up, Andrew Browning?
no doubt about that. And then
Sorry.
that Corey Sparks is taking on Marty Clay, so that's going to be.
Isn't Marty Clay such a talent, man?
Man.
He's such a talent, dude.
He's so good.
The matches that him and Midas have together are classics, man. People are sleeping on those two guys right there,
Yes,
man.
they are.
And Mickey's going to be in the podcast studio tomorrow night, but that he went over to AEW, did a dark match, and
Yeah.
I think it's his third time there. Just a talent, dude. Just a talent.
Man, they're good. I mean, and he was in the locker room when they was in Lexington. He didn't get to come out and wrestle, but he was there. He was in the locker room.
Yeah, they like him. AEW likes him. I can see him getting a spot on the show at some point.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Marty Clay, man. Marty Clay is like an upcoming star, man. I can believe that he'll end up.
Well, he was trained by John Noble, so he was trained properly, and John Noble is one of the best out there. So
Yes,
I've
he
had
is.
him on the podcast a couple. He's been on the podcast once at least, and
Yep.
I like to have him back on at some point.
And then the other match that we're having is, of course, y'all have seen Drew Hernandez, who wrestled. Y'all wasn't there last week, so
No, we didn't get to come last week.
So the week before that, he wrestled. Dustin Jackson wrestled Drew Hernandez, and they had a banger of a match. It was awesome. So
Okay.
so Drew Hernandez is going to come down, and he's taking on Omar Amir out of OVW.
Oh, okay.
You remember him, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Omar?
him there.
Okay.
Amir.
Yeah.
Champion.
So
Yeah, that's right.
They are going to wrestle each other.
He was a OVW champion, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So they're going.
That's awesome, man.
That's who all is going to be on the show this Sunday. So it's going to be a great show.
And real quick,
Guys, y'all have to come down to New South Wrestling down in Lawrenceburg at, is it 101?
101 Hilltop Drive, and it's suite number 2.
Suite number 2. Those guys got a heck of a freaking place down there to watch wrestling. It's just it's clean, it's beautiful, great seatings. There's not a bad seat in the house. You can see the action from everywhere. We went down there the first week that they had the show, and we were just so impressed. And we got to fill this place up, guys, to keep this place going, because Anthony's putting on a big card out there.
Ian Mosley, thank you for watching.
So
Yeah, I mean it's getting, like I said, it's not just wrestling. We're trying to do a lot of different entertainment. It's actually the building. I've had it put on Google now, so you can actually search the building on Google. It's New South Event Center.
okay.
And you can look it up. You can see pictures of our building on the inside, and you can get a number to book stuff if you want to book something.
Oh,
all of that. So if you want to book your venue, your event to be in that venue, you can get a hold of me and we can make that happen.
Guys, if y'all got something special
Hell
going
yeah.
on and y'all need a place to do it, Anthony's got a place down there, and I'm sure he's not charging too much, but you got to get down there and, have a party down there.
Yeah,
at least.
speaking of events, Diego said, I want to invite all of you to the last Elvis, Prince, and Michael Jackson performance February 8th at 10 Roof at 9 p.m. here in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and speaking of Elvis, one of the most famous Elvis impersonators of all time is a guy named Eddie Miles.
Uh-huh.
He actually did Elvis longer than Elvis did Elvis. And he retired a couple years ago. He lives in Bardstown, Kentucky. Me and him spoke last night about him he has a huge following.
Yeah.
And talking about him maybe coming to our building once a month and doing a show. Elvis show.
Oh,
So-
people love Elvis. You'll get
yeah.
that. You'll pack that place with
Yeah.
somebody that Elvis.
Oh, he has people that come all the way from North Carolina, wherever he's playing, just to watch.
Yeah.
So
let's
he's really good, and he sings it
that.
all himself.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that. We're putting something together. So there's a lot of different events we're going to be doing there.
Yeah. It'll start filling up, man. Yeah, just gotta hang in there. Yeah, people will start coming.
And
Because
Bobby
the
Green.
weather is shitty, and then there's football that you gotta. Nobody can go up against football.
yeah. I mean, football's been crazy, and
Yes.
being on a
Plus,
Sunday.
Cincinnati being so close to us, and them being in the playoffs like they were, is like,
Right.
Well, I had a TV in the locker room set up. We was watching the game and
Yeah.
watching the show.
You probably need to put like TVs out there in the
Yeah.
yeah, just to watch. Like, say if there's if the Kentucky Derby's on
Yeah.
or anything, you can have people come down there and watch it.
Well, we've decided that every Sunday we're running shows, but on Super Bowl Sunday we're not going to have a show.
yeah,
We're going to take
Just
off
set
that
up-
day.
you really ought to just like set up some TVs and have people come down there and watch it.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like just charge them. Well, you can probably make some. You probably wouldn't charge them much, maybe a couple bucks to get in, and then run the succession stand.
Yeah.
People can just sit there and watch.
And in about another week we'll have our beer license. So
Oh, nice.
Oh, hell
see,
yeah.
that'd make it even better.
We got approved for that. So
Oh, that's gonna make things better because people can have a beer and watch some good wrestling.
yeah.
What's
Well,
up, Nick Depp?
And the beer for all the other events too.
Jonathan
So.
Barnes, newest New South referee.
What's up, Jonathan?
Oh, he really is.
Yeah, he was on our show last week
Yeah.
or this past Sunday.
He needs to smile more. He frowns a lot.
And
Yeah,
it,
but-
it actually kind of
Smile,
worked
Jonathan.
out.
It kind of works. I kind of like the way he does it.
Does he?
'Cause he's not like looks sad or angry. He looks
Like,
kinda
all the pictures
He's
I've
not
seen,
NWA's
yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
shit
Yeah, you
guy.
told him smile.
Smile, big guy.
Yeah, it kind of worked
can't be
out
that
because Aaron Greider was sick, and I mean he let me know like within an hour to the show or something, and I was like, man, we got to find another referee because I don't want to put it all on one person. So I was like, we're going to have to find another referee pretty quick. So I called Scott Diamond, and he said, I got a guy. He called him. He called me right back. It's like, yep, he's in. He's ready to do it. And he
Yeah.
said he's excited. So
Ian Mosley said, beer and wrestling, it gets a little crazy. At least here in Texas, it does.
yeah. Oh, it can. It
Yeah.
can. That's for sure. But yeah, we just thought that because we're doing all the other events, that the beer license.
Oh
would be
yeah,
good.
you gotta have beer, man.
Yeah, you definitely got to have beer.
Yeah.
People love beer.
Hey,
Speak for yourself, sir.
Yeah.
we congratulate you, Sean.
I
you love
used to
beer
love
so
it.
much you can't drink it.
Yeah.
I used to love beer more than anything. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love it so much you gotta stay away from it.
Just imagine, though, when they start drinking that beer, you're going to have some rowdy crowds.
Yeah, well, you can, especially in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the other thing that the comedy show that we was talking about, the 25th of February, we've got some pretty good headliners on that one. Kyle Fields, who's real well known as Short Bus on the radio, and he's been everywhere. He's been out in California and Vegas, and he's been a movie producer. He's going to be the headliner. And then right under him is going to be Jeremy Sutherland, who's actually from Lawrenceburg but now lives in Ohio. And he's well known. Both guys, Kyle Fields and Jeremy Sutherland, both used to be wrestlers.
Yeah.
They both wrestled at one time.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
so they're
They have a podcast of their own called the Obtuse Angles Podcast.
yes, they've
I listened to
a
that one.
bunch of podcast time that they've both done. Yes.
Cool.
So and they're going to be the two guys, and then they'll have a couple other guys maybe opening up for them. But a lot of people's been interested in that because there's just not a lot of places you can go to listen to comedy anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crystal Johns, for the 200 stars.
That's
Oh,
delightful.
thank you very much.
Bobby Blade said, I like milk.
Hey,
Bobby.
Yeah.
You got a guy, look like in the front row there, got a guy dressed up like Cactus Jack.
Yeah, he does. Look just
yep,
like him,
Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Moxley, he's wearing some new pants tonight.
Bobby Green says, what about Larry Corey?
Yeah,
I remember Larry.
yeah, I do too.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to say one of his gang.
I don't know if I like this feud that these two got going on here.
And it's
It
based
seems
on
like
that concussion.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Paige,
kind of.
Moxley.
Some people don't like Paige. I kind of like Paige.
Yeah.
I do.
I like
just-
Kingman.
I
Yeah.
just think what they're doing with Moxley and him and Paige is the fact that I think it's just a fill-in because they were going to do something with Punk and Paige,
That looked real.
and then
bad.
that whole situation, that looked nasty.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
didn't
it
look
looked
good.
bad.
And
I
I,
don't know
think
what
they're
they're doing
just
sometimes.
this is just a spot filler because they can't do Punk and Paige, and they need something to do with Paige.
I will tell you this. I've been to a lot of.
That's right,
I've been-
Bobby Green.
I've been to a lot of wrestling shows in my lifetime, and a lot of the big time ones. But I tell you what, when we went to Rupp Arena for the AEW show, I had a blast, man.
I did too.
You
I-
watched
I
three.
did too, brother.
You
was
get
fun.
your money's worth. You get to watch 3 shows.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they do the Dark there, then they
Uh-huh.
do the Dynamite, and then they come back and do the Rampage. And so, I mean, you get 3 shows for that price that you get in. I mean, that was awesome.
To me, it seemed like for somehow, some way, it seemed like that it just seemed closer to the ring, or for some reason, it just seemed like I'd seen. I think it may be the black. It might be the black ropes that make it better to see the ring for some reason, to see the action better.
Yeah.
Whose phone's buzzing?
That's mine. It's going off, but somebody's calling me. But
But I mean, yeah, it just looked, it was really good, and their crew worked really fast to change out the rings,
yeah,
the apron, and all the
very
barricades.
professional looking. And
Very
Actually
professional.
pulled off the W.
I got to. I sneaked down on the floor for a little
We
while.
tried to go right behind you. We got caught.
They try to go with me. I always end up sneaking down on
Hey,
floors.
I know you what. My Uncle Richie, he's become a fan of wrestling again after going to that show.
Yeah.
He's sitting front row.
Hey, you know what? When we got up there,
Kirkpatrick, what's up, buddy?
we got up there.
Where'd you guys sit?
So we were in the same section as OVW. Was the section we was at, section 22.
We were in section 22.
Yeah. Or was it 22? Nevaeh, I think.
I think it was
22.
section 18 because
We were section 18. Y'all was 22.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
was
were
over
22.
beside us.
We were. Dogsman was behind us.
Yeah, they had so OVW. I was around all the OVW people, so we were all in the same. That was the comped area. The tickets for comps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for AEW. That's where they comped people.
Uh-huh.
So, but it was what was cool was we walked in and I got stopped by like 10 people and people I hadn't never really seen before, and it was like, "Hey, you're New South Wrestling.
Yeah,
we see
yeah.
you online." And
Same thing happened to
yeah,
us.
we hadn't
Oh,
been to
yeah.
the show, like,
Yeah.
but we've been watching you.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
guy
same
in
thing
the
happened to
neck-
us. We
yeah.
walked in and like, nice guy, any podcast, like anybody. Like everybody knew who we were.
So that tells you people are watching.
Yeah, people were watching
Yeah.
us, and then we had
Yeah.
people stopping us even when we was going out. Like,
Hey, we saw.
we tried to
eight-
stand out because we had the sparkly jackets on, but
Yeah, they noticed these sparkly jackets, and this guy stopped us at the when we were leaving. They said, "Keep doing what y'all doing. We love what you're doing for the wrestling community."
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to hear.
yeah,
too, you
I'm
know?
glad they know you guys too. You know,
Yeah.
And we had a couple people that do come to our shows, and you probably saw the one picture of me holding one of the guy's kids. He
Yeah.
was dressed
Yep.
up like the Great
Yep.
Buddha.
yeah,
Yeah, it's one of our biggest fans. Engel is his name, but him and his wife and his son, they come all the time. So
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's cool, man.
they're awesome. His kid
You'll
loves
end up
wrestling.
you'll end up getting people that are going to be like diehard fans to come down there to New South
yeah.
and Lawrenceburg. You know, you'll get them.
Guarantee it.
Everybody can't always be at
I can't breathe tonight.
be at every show, but you know.
Hey, we also saw Adrian Alexander last week too.
Yeah.
he was at the show.
You got a mouse in your pocket because I didn't see him.
I didn't get to
That's
see it either,
all.
but Big Dossman was
Hey,
right behind us. He
I
was
was so special. With
goofing
that.
with us the whole time.
Yeah.
I was so special with that. I was the only one that got to see Adrian Alexander sitting inside his section.
People were looking.
He
At,
even called me out.
people were looking at us weird because we were. Big
had our-
Dossman was saying, "Sit down up there." And we were like, and then we were.
He was also throwing popcorn at.
He stole popcorn at us, and we were messing with him back and like, "Hey, big guy, sit down." And people around us were looking at us weird, like they thought we were in a fight or something.
We're gonna have a fight.
There was a whole lot of Kentucky wrestlers there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Everybody was at that.
Misery was there, and Reese Ramon was there.
People give, I think a lot of people give
Referee Peyton
AEW
Bowman.
a little shit, but I think, we seen Bowman. But like it's great wrestling, and you go to see a live show, man. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
Well, I mean, and
What's up, John Gilbert?
Getting 3 shows for that price, I mean, it was a great
Yeah.
time. I mean,
man, we were there until what, 12?
Something like that.
Yeah,
like even when you go to WWE, you'll see some of the dark matches early, and then you get to watch the Raw, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And now a lot of times after that, they'll always do something when it goes off the air.
You go to WWE, you're out of there by 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's on the live events, but the TV tapings, when the show goes off at 11, you're probably out of there at 11.
Last time I was at a TV taping down there at Rupp, I was out there about 10:30. Like
Talking about for WWE?
For WWE, yeah.
Yeah,
been a SmackDown.
they don't do a lot like they used to. So, like back in the day when Stone Cold
I
Steve
know.
Austin, and then they would stay afterwards, and Stone Cold would do something.
He stunned about 50 people.
Yeah, or he'd talk to people in the front row
What's
with the
up, Brandon
microphones. They would always do something.
Yeah, it was always different back then. Like
Yeah.
WWE, I think WWE's coming back to kind of being like that again, but which Triple H is running things. That's good. I hope that they go back to their roots a little bit because they seem like they got too corporate.
Well, what
there
it
for a
is
while.
for one, you went public. For two, they're not really making their money on the live crowds anymore. The money's coming from the TV deals.
Yeah, they don't
so they're
give a
getting
shit.
multi-millions of dollars regardless if anyone's in the crowd or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and that's really where the money.
What's up, Trent?
There's like a podcast online right now that Jim Cornette talks about that. He was like, back in the day, we actually had to sell seats and put people's asses in seats.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't care. They're selling it to the TV deals. So that's where all the money's coming.
Yeah.
And they don't have to work the crowd like that anymore. So it's like the wrestling business just kind of flip flop.
It has, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's different how it used to be.
Yeah, like they're getting big TV contracts now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And it don't matter who's out there. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and I saw people writing online about the AEW show and was like, looks like it's empty in there. It wasn't empty in there. The whole
No.
place was packed. The only
No.
side that didn't have anything was the hard cam side.
Yeah, well, they were
That's
filming,
right.
Yeah.
and then they didn't sell those seats because they needed that to be open.
Yeah, and the people that was on the opposite side of the hard cam side, when they took a picture and posted it, it looked like empty seats over there, but it wasn't.
No.
The whole arena was
No,
full
it was packed.
except for that side.
It was packed, and they may have there was people that showed up people knew that they were filming dark, I guess, and then there's people that showed up for like Dynamite.
Yeah.
So some of the people came in a little late.
Yeah, and some people left.
This dark,
They
but
left after Dynamite,
Yeah.
and there wasn't as many people there for Rampage.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. A lot of people just came to see Dynamite, and some of the crowd thinned out. The crowd was thin early, and then when Dynamite was there, it was packed. And then when Rampage was filming, people had left.
Yeah, and then when people left before Rampage was over, they missed the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
And the guy proposing to his wife. Or
People
fiance.
actually left. Like a lot of people left when Rampage was over, and then the Acclaim came out, and because we was getting ready to leave, and then like the Acclaim came out, and I was like, oh, cool, we got to stay a little bit.
Saw Tony Khan say something. I thought he would say, "Hey, we'll be back on such day."
Well, he said we'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
He said we had a blast, but he said, did somebody say we had more?
I
And-
like the guy. I wish I could meet him because he just seems like a really nice guy. He really does.
Yeah.
He seemed like he loves wrestling. Like
Well, that's why he bought the company, because he
Yeah,
was a
he
lifelong
loves
fan.
wrestling.
He loves
Exactly.
wrestling.
Yeah. he loves it, and people were like, he does too much. But
And
I
I
think
will
he
never
just-
understand why people want AEW to fail.
I don't want any company to fail. I want everybody
Well, and
everywhere to
AEW is
succeed.
great for wrestling because it gives the boys another place to work.
Uh-huh.
And it gives competition, which is always good. I think the worst thing that ever happened was when WWE bought out WCW and he put it on the shelf. What he should have done was kept the same storyline that he originally started with Shane McMahon owning it,
Yeah.
and let him run it as a complete different entity, and they would have
Exactly.
made double the money.
Exactly.
That's
But
right.
his ego wouldn't allow him
And
to
then
do
at
that.
the end of the year at WrestleMania, they could have like a come together
Yeah.
match.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't allow because of his ego. He wouldn't allow that to happen.
yeah,
but
no,
if-
ego screwed it up for him.
But when you take away competition,
There's the
when you take away competition, it's not good
No,
because
no.
competition's great. It gives you a barometer to be able to judge yourself.
These guys are red
Turbo.
hot, and
Oh,
it's
they're
Turbo
hot.
again. Turbo and what's
The
his
other guy. I forget his name.
Magnum.
Turbo?
So,
Yeah, Floyd. Turbo Floyd
yep. Turbo Floyd.
and Magnum.
Truth
something.
Magnum.
Truth Magnum. That's what it is.
I mean, these guys are
Those
over.
are OVW guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're on this show too, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they're signed, but they were over last week. Andy was like, "Get him on here."
Get
Send
Turbo
me
on the
daddy.
show.
But then I went to go do it, and wouldn't you know it,
Couldn't find him.
his messaging is turned off on an
He's big time in it.
yeah. These guys are man. They're over right now, and Billy is having such a good time.
He was.
Yeah.
He's
Even
having so
during
much
the
fun.
wedding thing.
They claim it's
during that proposal, he
they're
was having a blast.
They're so over right now.
Yeah, I just mailed out a hat to Billy Gunn today. He should be getting it Friday.
He's gonna
Hell
wear the
yeah.
New South hat.
No, it's a Yellowstone hat. He's
Oh.
a big Yellowstone fan, as I am, and I sent him a T-shirt for Christmas, and then I sent him a hat,
Oh, nice.
a fitted hat that says Yellowstone on it.
I haven't got to watch Yellowstone yet.
Oh man,
Me either.
it's awesome. You start watching it, you'll binge
it's
watch
like
it.
country.
You'll call into work. You'll binge
really?
watch the rest of it.
Really,
Yeah,
is it
it's good.
Cowboys and stuff?
Yeah, it's like kind of like Cowboys and Indians, but it's like real good.
Okay,
Nah.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah,
I've been watching 1880.
What's it on?
That's a
1923.
prelude to it. It's on Paramount.
Oh, it's on
Hell
Paramount.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Billy loves it. Like whenever we're together, that's what we talk about. That's awesome movie.
Really?
Like yeah,
Really?
it's
That's
got
cool.
Kevin Costner and he owned.
Look, them two, they're trying to scissor.
And dude wants to know if he can call in.
Those guys are so funny. I guess their gimmick is they
Spin.
cheesy. Cheesy is their gimmick, right?
Cheesy
Yeah.
80s.
The
They
cheesy
spin.
80s.
Hey, dude wants to know if he can tune in. And thank
Can
you,
he-
Ian Mosen,
No, can
for
he
99
call
stars.
Dude wants to know, can he call it?
That's what I said.
Sure, dude.
I thought you said tune in.
Call in.
Dude can call in. Tell him he's got he can
You
talk.
can call in, dude.
Dude, you can call in.
And Ian Mosley sent us 99 stars.
Heck yeah! Thank you guys.
Ian, thank you, brother. And
Please.
I want to thank you, Ian Mosley, for the kind words the other day on the post on Facebook.
Yeah,
If you know, you know. I'm not gonna get.
I want to
into
thank the fans for sending
every-
stars, man. Because
it. Yeah, exactly.
Facebook was doing us wrong there for a little bit, not paying us for our content last month. But we still made at least a couple $100 off stars, and that helps a lot. You know,
Yeah, it does.
we
add
don't.
up, yeah.
It doesn't charge the studio doesn't. People think it's in my basement. It's not in my basement. We got a studio off a house studio. Not at my house. We have a studio. And we do have to pay the rent here and stuff. So every little bit helps, guys. If y'all go and look at our content on Facebook pages,
Tiny, what's up, buddy?
send us some stars. Stars help a lot. And, it doesn't take a lot to produce the podcast. I work for free, and Sean and Johnny and all the other guys, they work for free.
And I work for free too. I come
Yeah.
in here for free.
You do.
But you get the
We
but you
appreciate
get the
you,
great
Tony.
promotional too.
we scratching each other's back here, I think.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey.
know. Who was calling? Was that Andrew calling?
I
That
think
was
so.
Andrew Dubrowning.
Yep.
That was him calling earlier.
Yeah, I love
Yep.
these guys here. That's my boys. They're awesome.
The gun.
I love them too.
They're
Me.
good dudes.
Call him back here and see.
And we love having you in here, Anthony Presley.
That ain't
I
what you
enjoy
said
coming.
earlier, Johnny.
You wasn't here.
See, he had to.
No.
I don't know. I think Dude Brown was calling. Call us back, Dude.
Kirk said it is a very nice studio.
Thank
Well,
you,
thank
Kirk.
you.
Hello.
What up?
Hey, what's
What
up,
up,
Dude?
What are you doing,
I'm about
Andrew?
to talk
Huh?
about to play the Call of Duty.
Are you playing Call of Duty? In the bathroom?
Yeah.
You're like taking a dump?
Call of Duty with your booty.
Call of Duty. That's what I call it when I go to the bathroom. I was like, I'm going to go play some Call of Duty.
With that booty.
Hey, this just in. Nick Depp has sent us 50 stars.
Heck yeah. Keep the stars
Appreciate
coming,
it,
guys.
brother.
I'll get Scott Storm take his shirt off. Y'all spend a lot more money.
A lot of star mania going on in here, brother.
That's right, brother.
Show you the goods.
Oh God.
Oh, he sent another 50 stars.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
He
Thanks.
wants to see Scott Storm
Appreciate that.
shirtless.
He wants to see Scott Storm.
He definitely wants to see Scott Storm.
Hey, I'm gonna get Johnny to show y'all his duck in a minute.
Oh God.
Yes.
No.
Hey,
no.
no,
Yeah.
when I came in earlier, I come in and I told the girls, I said, I got to use the bathroom. I went down there. You know, it's a community bathroom, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was all locked. I couldn't get in. And here he comes out with his duck in his hand. I was like, "Oh, you in here? You in there with the duck by yourself with the door locked? What
I
you
gotta
doing?"
stroke the duck sometimes.
Whoa!
He said quack quack.
It's a PG show, man.
Quack quack, baby.
Kirk said no. He said he's calling while he's taking a duty.
Yeah. Call of Duty.
That's true.
We love
Hey,
you,
Nick
dude.
Depp
We
sent
love you,
50
dude.
more stars. Whoa.
I know, right?
Keep on
50
sending
more
them, baby.
stars. Appreciate that.
Keep those pockets
Have you been down-
flowing, baby.
Hey, dude, have you got a chance to go down to New South Wrestling yet?
No, I haven't got a chance to. I'll be busy this coming weekend.
Yeah, you've been watching those basketball games, huh?
Yeah, then I got a bowling conference tournament this weekend in Annapolis.
Yeah.
You got an evil Nate impression?
Baby! Ow!
What was that?
That's what Nate does when he does his promo.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Uh-oh, daddy ass.
Uh-oh, what's
Oh,
up?
Daddy has to
somebody
come
said
now.
something. They struck a nerve.
Hey, dude, we're going to let you
Oh.
go. You're kind of like breaking up a little bit.
Love you, dude.
All right,
All right.
buddy.
Love you, do.
Bye.
That's my bodyguard, y'all.
Pitch
That's
black.
right.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
I love Mountain Dew Pitch Black. It tastes
That was
good.
good stuff.
Uh-oh.
It was good.
Here comes daddy ass going to set them
Sounds like
straight.
Mountain Dew and grape soda mixed together. Is what it tastes like, but it was good.
Notice that,
Someone
that
said
the claim
something.
still
He's like,
started
I'm
ringing from
about
two.
to put him over his knee.
Oh.
Damn, he out.
Oh, he just
Wow.
snatched his.
One brother is shorter than the other one.
You don't say.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's normal. Yeah, that
Billy Gunn making that one look
Austin's
like a
been
child.
in the business a whole lot longer than Colton has, too.
Which
Nice.
Colton's a tall one?
Colton's the tall one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin actually tagged with his dad for a long time before.
Austin's crying.
Oh, you believe if Billy gets in their face in real life, buddy, they
Oh, I'm sure.
they
Oh,
settle
man.
up real fast.
He's freaking a monster, dude. I'm sure.
I wonder how real this is right now. If he's really experiencing the emotion because Billy's up inside his face.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he just kind of gave him a come to Jesus meeting.
Oh, are they gonna get their
Oh,
title
they
shot?
got time to shots.
Oh,
Nice.
see, they're
don't-
like, haha.
You don't think he's turning? He's going to
No,
turn.
I don't think so.
heel,
I don't
dude.
think so.
But the way they looked right after he said that, he's like they played him like
They think they played their dad.
yeah.
Yep, they think that they
I
did.
don't really. I don't like his tattoo under his underarm like that.
Under his armpit. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I just don't understand his tattoo being under his arm there.
If you look at all his tattoos on his arm, they're all real popular Western people,
Oh, look,
like
they're
Western
showing a
movie stars.
debut last week.
His son.
Yep.
Yeah.
One
So
of the
yeah,
other
all those are John Wayne and he
really?
loves. He's just like his dad. He loves westerns and
Western
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Here's Jungle Boy.
Where's that? What happened to the leather jacket? Now he's back to Jungle
Oh,
Boy.
come on,
Well,
Jungle
they
Man.
started saying Jungle Boy
Jack
Perry
Oh,
because
they
they
do
wanted to
say
start
that.
using his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, because JR was calling him that, and nobody
Yeah.
said, who's his Jungle Boy? I'm like, shut up.
Hey, Wendy.
Well, everybody knew that he.
Wendy.
Everybody knew who his dad was and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a shame that he
died Hey.
so early.
yeah, he did. That was a shame. He was a good
49,
guy.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
He wasn't that old.
Oh, he was too young, man. That's too young. He was a superstar too.
That's 4 years older than me.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But hey,
7 years old.
you got him
older
beat.
than me.
You're looking strong. You're looking healthy.
You've been losing some weight, ain't you?
I lost 40 pounds, brother.
Getting in shape, man.
That's why
Yeah,
I was
I
getting those
have.
supplements from NutriShop.
Have you lost
earlier.
40? Have you lost 40?
Yeah, I've lost 40 pounds. I lift weights every morning for about 2 hours after I drop the kids off.
That's impressive, man. I need to lose about. If I lose, I need to lose about 40 pounds myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to my wrestling weight. So that was 250, 260,
Yeah.
and right now I'm 310.
Really,
Nice.
really. I wouldn't imagine you was that big.
Yeah, a lot of people don't real. Well, I'm a big stocky guy.
Yeah,
anyway.
you're stocky. Like looks like muscle anyway. So
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're almost there.
yeah.
yeah, I got a lot of jaw muscles. They,
So you
talk
you
a
was
lot.
so you lost 40 pounds. So you was 350.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I was 350.
I didn't realize you was that big, man.
Yeah, when I had my hips replaced, I'd gotten pretty big.
Yeah.
But my chart says I should be, I'll never be. Like my doctor said, it's not possible.
Yeah.
So my chart says at 6 foot, I should be 180.
Yeah, me
Now,
too.
there's no way I'll ever get to
Me
180.
too. Never,
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
265 right now. I'd like to get down about. I'd like to lose about 40 pounds myself. I'd be
I'm
like
about
220. That'd be
190,
great.
So I'm a I'm considered overweight.
When I came home from the Navy, that was probably the fittest I've ever been in my entire life, and I was about 215.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
I came back from the Navy, and I was, like running like 5 miles a day, and then I got out of here, and I kept it up for a little while, but then I stopped. I got a little girlfriend, and we laid around and ate food, and I got fat as fuck.
Yeah. Well, when you're in boot camp, that's all you do is run, exercise. But then when you get out of boot camp, it's a job.
Yeah.
So you don't do all that anymore, really. I mean, you just go do your job. You go hang out with the guys.
Yeah. When you're in the Navy, it's your job to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Like it's part of your job.
Yeah.
They give you time to go and work out.
Yeah. But when you get out, it's like, I don't want to do that. And that's kind of how wrestling was. I stayed in shape because I was always on the road. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something I was talking to people online about. Everybody was upset about The Rock saying that he couldn't wrestle because he wasn't in shape. And they're like, oh, he's in great shape. And I wrote on there and told them, it's a different thing to be in wrestling shape than it is just to be in shape. Because if you get into a wrestling ring, 5 minutes in the ring feels like an hour. Like it's a different kind of cardio.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how I've trained NFL players when I was in the NWA how to wrestle, and they quit after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's a different kind of conditioning.
It's a cardio thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And for The Rock, it would take him 2 or 3 months. Like it's not something you just get in there in a week.
Yeah,
he's
because
ready.
he's not going to go in there and like not put on a show.
Yeah, he's not going to half-ass it.
He's a fucking star.
Damn straight.
That's what Triple H said the other night. He said, he's not going to half-ass it because that's not him. That's not who
No,
he
he's
is.
a star. He's a
Yeah.
fucking superstar. He's not the most famous superstar in the whole world right now.
Yeah.
I mean, because he half-ass things. He don't half-ass things.
Well, the match last year that Stone Cold Steve Austin had, he got ready for 6 months for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
He didn't really do nothing but
No.
stun a couple people.
Yeah, and walked around and brawled. But it's a different kind. Plus, when you go out in front of that crowd, your adrenaline is so much. It will blow you up real fast. It'll make you get out of breath really quick.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to calm your nerves, and then you got to learn how to be able to breathe. That's one thing that made Ric Flair so good. Ric Flair could go out and wrestle even if he didn't look like he was in shape, he was in cardio shape. He could go an hour without.
That's what
getting
they
tired.
said.
Oh my God. Ian Mosley just sent us 1,000 stars. Said the mouth says to watch Nice Guy Indie podcast.
Wow, thank you. That's what
Hell yeah.
1,000 stars is what.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'd
guess.
have to look it up.
But Bobby Blade said, I'm 250 now. I was at my healthiest weight between 215 and 220, but I'm way too lazy to drop even 1 pound. Oh,
Come on, Bobby.
Come on, Bobby.
Come on, Bobby.
I have faith in you, Bobby.
I can go in the bathroom and take a dump and drop 10 pounds. What are you talking about, brother?
Come on, Bobby. All you gotta do is eye poking.
Yeah.
Drop that weight.
I poke that weight, Bobby.
Bobby, you can do all things. I believe in you, man.
Yeah, we believe in you, Bobby.
Sock, Bobby.
Bobby does no wrong around here.
All he's gotta do is drink some milk and lose some weight.
Yeah, I love Bobby. Bobby's a really good individual,
really
man.
is. He's awesome, man.
He's a stand-up dude.
Did
so.
you?
Yes, he is.
Did you watch the Scott Diamond and Bobby Blade podcast?
Yeah.
4 hours.
I watched it. I was awake that whole time.
You watched the
4
whole thing?
hours and
Yeah,
13
in my living room.
minutes.
These
Yeah.
guys like bailed out on me. They
I
had to go.
had to go to
I was
work. I'm
forced
sorry.
to leave.
I couldn't leave.
Why, your mom?
You watch that
Oh,
back. You
no,
see,
yeah.
I was there the whole time. I couldn't leave. I
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
It was great.
I think I called in.
Oh
on
yeah,
that
you
one,
did
too.
call
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
You called
you
in, and then
We
the
had
guy from
John
Chicagoland called in.
Yeah, John Bullard.
John Bullard called in, and
Yeah, he's
Great
awesome.
guy too.
yeah, he was a really nice guy, really cool guy.
Me and him actually spoke after that show.
I'd
I
love to
messaged
like
him.
have him down. If he ever comes down here, I'd love to have
Yeah,
him on the podcast.
I tell you, last week Dustin Jackson wrestled for us. He wrestled Anthony Katina, and Anthony Katina was his debut with us, and he is really good. He's going up to Chicagoland, but he looks like $1 million, and him and Dustin killed it. I mean, they destroyed it.
Yeah.
They destroyed it so much so that OVW called them both tonight and told them they're going to wrestle tomorrow night against each other.
Wow. Okay.
Hell yeah.
But people don't think they watch us, but they do.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah. So it's funny because a lot of the matches we put on, they end up putting on the same matches. So
Yeah, it's a lot. I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, it's cool that I mean, hopefully that they can come around and we can all work together. I mean,
we're here to help everybody, and we want to help the boys and give the boys a better place to work and
exactly.
That's right.
more places to work. And so I just think it's funny though.
Yeah.
It's hilarious that they say they don't want to be a part of anything we're doing, but then they copy a lot of the stuff that we're doing. So it's pretty
Exactly.
Exactly.
That don't make no sense, does it?
funny. Yeah, it's funny.
It tells
You
you
just wanna-
that they've been paying attention.
Oh yeah, I know that. Well, we see them watch your show too.
Oh, they watch our show too.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'd love to have some of those guys on. They got some really good
Yeah.
talent up there. You know, they got that guy. What's his name? Al what?
Al Snow.
That guy.
Yeah, that
And
Al
I have
Snow
no
guy.
problem.
Who'd he ever beat?
I tell you what, I have no problem with.
Beat
I like him.
I have
man.
no problem.
I love
with,
that guy.
I have no problem with Al Snow. I like Al Snow. He's a wealth of knowledge in the business. He
Yep.
knows what he's doing. He's a good guy. The one I don't
He's
like.
Jack too.
Yeah,
man.
oh yeah, he's still
Motherfucker's
Jack.
Jack.
Still
Jack.
Jack.
He's
The,
in his
the,
60s.
the one I don't like is Matt Jones.
Yep.
Matt
Yeah.
Jones is a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And I don't like him.
Yeah.
And most people that know him don't like him. And he's
He just
abrasive.
got such a big head after that podcast of his went viral.
Well,
and,
he's
you know,
a
big.
he's a snotty little brat. Thinks he's better than everybody else, and he's not.
Yeah.
He's no better than
Exactly.
anybody else.
Yeah.
And he puts people down unless it benefits him, and he just. I don't like people like that.
No.
I don't care
There's
how-
no room for people like that.
I don't
That's-
care where you've made it. It's always your responsibility to give back to others. And you don't know, and especially when it comes to wrestling, he don't know shit about
Yeah.
wrestling because he just is a fan and he has some money and that's it. He don't know nothing about wrestling. He's never done it. He hadn't taken no bumps. He hadn't given up his life for it.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't done any of that. So I don't have no respect for that guy.
Yeah.
You know, so but Al Snow, nothing but great things about Al Snow. I mean, Al Snow's a great guy.
Yeah. We
He's
love
done
Al
a
Snow.
lot in the business.
I mean, he's
He's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, that's right.
Rod Hicks loves him, so we love him, so we love them all.
I've always loved
Yeah.
Leaf Cassidy.
Yeah, I all of them, but I just don't
I
like.
like Shinobi.
I just don't like. I just don't like Matt Jones.
Yeah.
So, he just.
Somebody said you don't like Mike Jones.
I don't.
I don't.
You
heard a
know,
little
now,
birdie
my,
say
now,
that.
now my daughter says she didn't like Matt Jones.
Yeah, oh,
so
yeah,
if
yeah.
she don't like Matt Jones, I can't like Matt
Oh,
Jones.
exactly.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You know, and what's sad is I love Kentucky football, basketball, all that.
Yeah.
But I can't stand to listen to Matt Jones.
Yeah.
So
I like Ryan Lemon. I like
Yeah,
Ryan.
Ryan
I know
Lemon's
Ryan.
awesome.
Ryan's cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him on the show.
yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I actually
Hey.
had Mandy. Mandy's been on the
Mandy
show
Lemon,
podcast.
yep.
She moved to Florida now. I
Yeah,
think,
she's in Florida.
My first time.
If she comes back, I'd love to have her on the show again.
My first time meeting Matt Jones, didn't like him immediately.
I just didn't like the attitude because
Yeah.
me, Johnny, and Chris were at an OVW show wearing our Nice Candy podcast shirts. He comes in, talks to us. He's recording this for some documentary, whatever he's working on or whatever.
They're doing a Netflix documentary.
Netflix documentary on OVW. And the vibe I got was like he had much been rather sticking a fork in his eye than talk to us.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to be bothered, but he was on camera, so he kind of felt like he had to.
Yeah.
I just didn't dig that.
Well, I mean, I've told the story. That's the reason that I started New South Wrestling back up was because of him. Because
Yeah,
I went
just
up
to
to him.
stick it to
Well,
him.
no, I went up to
Well,
him
no.
and kind of give him a congratulations about OVW and that the show looked good and all that. And he just was like, coming from you, that means a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, smart
Yeah.
ass. I'm going to show you. I did 20
Yeah.
years in the business. I gave both my hips for this business. I'm going to show you that I know more about wrestling than you ever thought about knowing.
Yeah.
You're just a fan that had a little money that bought into something, and you don't know shit about it.
But why? Like, why would he even?
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Because he wants to show that he's better than you.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
not.
That just don't make no sense, people.
It really ain't.
They say a pride goes before a fall. So
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there just talk shit because they just want to talk shit. They think there's something that they're not, and then even the wrestlers, even some wrestlers in this.
Well,
business.
I mean, I was going to say that. So we all are the elephant in the room. We all know what's been going on around the internet about certain people saying stuff about the skits you guys are doing.
even a guy that was on my fucking
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
I
yeah.
put him over.
that they're saying about these skits y'all are doing in the hallway. Look, here's the deal, guys. Like, that's no different than if they was doing a film, an indie film or something. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And they love wrestling. They just want to be a part of wrestling. They may not ever be able to get into a wrestling ring. So this is their contribution of what they're wanting to do.
Yeah.
And there's people that get entertained by that. I got into a skit with Johnny over it.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I have no problem
It's
with
just
that.
fun to do.
I don't
like,
think you're poking fun of wrestling. It's no different than Orange Cassidy acting like he's kicking people like
shin.
barely
Yep.
with his
Yeah.
shins, with his hands in his pocket. It's no different than the Luigi guy that's got the spinning the pizza.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
The-
gimmicks.
The
in
Michael
wrestling.
Jackson guy.
Yep.
What it is it's entertainment. That's what we're doing here. And for anybody that's going to come out against that, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like,
Why would you
look
wanna-
at it like this?
Why would you want to be serious all the damn time?
It'd be like if you're not in the NBA, then if you drive by and see a bunch of kids in the park playing a pickup game of basketball, what are you going to do? Get out and yell at them? You shouldn't be doing that. You're making a mockery of the NBA.
Well,
I'm like,
well, and it's not like you guys.
Exactly.
It's not like you guys come into New South Wrestling or a place like that, and you get up in the ring during a show and try.
And do that.
You're doing it in a hallway at a studio where it's a. You're really trying to keep a storyline going of your podcast. That's all it is. So it's not outside of that bubble. So people just need to quit and stop dealing. And I said on Facebook, just like I would say to anybody, these guys, that if you all want to say they were a mockery, these guys came and helped set up my wrestling ring. They helped set up 2 24-foot trailers worth of stuff and tore it down multiple times.
Yeah.
And never asked for nothing.
Oh.
And so those guys did it because they loved it. That's more than I can say for a lot of wrestlers that won't even stay and help pick up and do stuff. So I have not one problem with them doing that. That's a love that they have for this business. They work at this podcast, putting wrestlers all over the state over to help them further their career and never ask for nothing.
I was thinking about it the other day. I'm thinking all these guys that we're having in the studio, we're doing 2 hours with those guys. At some point, we can all look back at that and maybe in 10 or 15, 20 years be like, damn, we documented a lot of those wrestlers at that point in time.
Yeah.
And we kept on doing it. And there's actually 2-hour interviews with everybody we could get.
That's right.
That time.
And that stuff doesn't die. When that person dies, that stuff doesn't die. Their family could have that. But people that will know them for a long time, they'll go back and look at that.
Yeah.
You know, when you blow up and they say, we want to watch some of the first Nice Guy Andy podcast shows. But for people to get all tore up over that, it really pissed me off.
I think it's them thinking that they did more in wrestling and them by talking about other people like they do, they think that they justify or what am I trying to say? Justify their existence in it. Like they legitimize their wrestling skills.
Yeah, well, some people just are crazy. They're stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see a problem with any of it. Like, it's no different. Like I said, if you decide that you want to go shoot an indie film about wrestling, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So they going and doing a skit. They're not up in the ring at a show doing it.
That's right.
It's not a big deal.
I even had
What's up,
people.
Zodiac?
I even
What's
had
up,
people commenting about the KEPW show down there in Frankfurt like last couple weeks ago. They were like saying these guys shouldn't be in the ring, and I'm like, I went the fuck off on them. I put them down, like, and then like one guy was like, I'm a 10-year vet. I'm like, where's your footage?
Yeah.
Like your footage ain't even on your Facebook. You didn't even fill out your Facebook like bio
cool,
or anything like that. And you're on Facebook talking shit about somebody.
Exactly.
Like, shut the.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah,
And if I was mocking
My
wrestling,
whole thing about this whole thing is if you're talking like we love wrestling, okay? So we come in here and we do this positive thing about wrestling all the time. You do a positive thing about wrestling all the time. You get a guy on the internet talking shit about wrestling, and then you see a fan that's not really a wrestling fan, like a casual wrestling fan. So, indie wrestling must be shit. Because they're talking bad about it.
Yeah, and that's been the wrestling business for years, is that they talk about each other and they put each other down, they step on each other to get what they want. And I've never done that. That's the politics of wrestling. Yeah. I've never been a part of the politics of wrestling. What I always did is went out and made the crowd like me or love me, so then the promoter had to do something with me.
And then you get another guy talks like, okay, you got a guy that's wrestling at a few wrestling places, but he talks shit about take TSW, for instance. They talk shit about TSW. And I'm like, I talk to him, I'm like, have you ever wrestled down there? No. Have you ever talked to that guy? No. Have you ever went to one of their shows? No. But I hear they're trash. Like, you heard they were trash. Why are you taking somebody else's opinion and making it your own?
I mean, with me, that's
go
like,
check out the show. Go see them.
Yeah.
They're not asking you to come to their show and wrestle. They're doing their own little shitty wrestling down there. If that's what you're calling it, leave these guys alone.
Well, and that's with me. So I want to pull all the wrestling companies together. And if this guy just wants to, be in this town and just have this crowd and that's all that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what they want. That's what they're gearing
That's
to.
what they're doing.
There's people that love them for it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have to put them on my show.
Exactly.
But
Right.
I'm not going to shit on them because they're
Exactly.
doing what they want to go do.
Those guys down there at TSW put on the show. They might not be the best fucking guys ever.
Yeah.
They might not be the best wrestlers. And I've told these guys myself, and they'll come up here and they'll say, we don't do the best wrestling ever, but we have a fan base.
Got a fan.
We
If
got
somebody comes all the way from Tennessee for every show.
And they do
have.
stuff for their community.
They do stuff
Yes,
for their
they do.
community.
So,
They got their own thing
I
going
saw a
on.
thing, and they had the whole town square of that town.
Leave them
It
alone.
looked like
Let them do their little shitty wrestling if that's what they want to do.
That's what I say is
Thank
like,
you, Kurt.
You
Thanks,
just
Kirk.
I'm doing
you
my little shitty
participated in our
podcast, so,
skit.
you know.
you do what you want to do, and then and we're gonna do what we do, and I'm not gonna shit on it.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not
like
that guy.
Zodiac said, he's a 24-year vet. We're fine.
Yeah,
Those
take
guys,
it.
those guys down there have wrestling fans.
yeah.
So those guys watch our podcast, and then I put somebody like you on, I put some good wrestlers on. Then they come and they look at you, and they look at the other wrestlers. They look at Zodiac. They look at all the other wrestlers. So this podcast is kind of like me being a fan of TSW. Makes their fans be a fan of us, and then their fans become fans of everybody else, and they ended up broadening everybody's horizon because everybody's watching everything now.
Yeah,
And
we
also-
all need to get along and try to help the wrestling industry in general. But that's the problem is that with this business, people love to fight and backbite, and they'll tell you something to your face, and they'll go behind your back and say something else.
exactly.
That's right, like Snake.
That's just how.
That's the business.
That's how the
it's-
business has always been.
That's not just a wrestling business.
No.
That's life itself.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's life itself.
but the wrestling business is really
It's
big
very
with
hard.
that. So
Yes,
that's how
you
it's
are
like.
correct.
It's always been, what can I do to get me over? And then once I've got me over, what do I do to keep me from losing my spot?
Yeah.
That's what it's always been about. It's what what it's all been about.
When you can have a spot here, a spot here, a spot here, a spot here, a spot here.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry about losing this one spot down here
Yeah.
when you should be out trying to
Well,
get all kinds of spots.
Kevin Nash just came out the other night and said, "Look, I want to apologize to The Rock because I treated him like shit
Yeah.
when he was in there." He said, "But it wasn't personal against him. It was that I wanted to keep my spot,
Yeah.
and I felt threatened by him."
Yeah.
He said, "So now I'm man enough to come out and say, look, I'm sorry I did that. I was a jackass to you,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry. And you're probably the biggest name in all of the industry of entertainment, in general." Is like, but I want to tell you I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that is the business in general. Those guys will work up forever to get to that spot, and then they get to that spot, and they'll do
wanna keep that
anything
spot.
they can to keep that spot.
Yeah.
That's right.
See, I just never was that guy. I was like, I'm a team player. Wherever the promoter wants me, that's where I'm going to be. But I'm going to make the people want me enough that he has to do something with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go behind people's back and talk to him and say, do this to me, put me here, put me there. I'm
Yeah.
going to make him see something in me that he has to do it.
Because he didn't. I mean, if you go behind their back and talk
Yeah.
shit, then you didn't earn it.
And look,
one
let's
thing
get-
one thing that my peers can always say about me is when I went to the NWA, went to TV, I always brought a bunch of them with me.
Yeah.
Like Zodi will tell you, I took him. Brought Chance Prophet down there. I took Tommy Gunn down there. I took Ronnie Green down there. I took Kickin' Kelly Charles. All those guys. Every one of them. Gentleman Jim Chadwick, took him down there. So
It don't hurt you any to do
no,
that.
no, because I felt like if I opened a door,
Yeah.
then I should hold that door
Yeah.
open for others, and I'll at least get them their shot, and then
Yeah.
if they make it there, then it's great. But I'm not going to be the guy that says I made it. I'm not going to help nobody.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I want to help somebody.
And if you take a
So,
guy down there that's a great wrestler, even a better wrestler than you, then he
yeah.
deserves it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
my tag team partner. He got signed by WWE, and I wasn't mad one bit.
Yeah.
We had some guys in our company that was really mad.
Yeah.
That really had heat and wanted
Yeah.
to fight him. But I didn't. I just like, okay, we'll grab a different partner. We'll plug in the same deal, and we'll run with that SNS Express for the Southern Tag titles, and it worked just as good.
Yeah.
But I never got jealous of him because he made it.
Yeah,
and
he earned it.
And he didn't go up there as a wrestler. He went up
Yeah.
there as a referee. But he was living his dream. He was getting paid well,
Yeah.
and he did it for 7 years until they kind of screwed him. But now he's a school teacher back in Mississippi, and he enjoyed
great
that time.
stories.
Traveled all over the world.
Yeah.
Got to ref matches with some of his heroes. So
Ian Mosley has a great one. If I'm going to be eating, my whole team going to eat.
that's exactly
That's,
right.
that's the same mentality as you.
And that guy,
I look at it this way, like
Texas wrestler.
Yep. And manager.
everybody has said the skits are great. Crystal Johns spoke in and said the skits make me laugh when I'm having a bad day.
And also,
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Crystal. Danny
In
Plowman, what's
all
up, brother?
reality, guys, I'm Nice Guy Andy. I produce the podcast. Most of the skits are written by Johnny Lee, and
Yes.
he comes with me. He says, "Hey, I'm going to do this after the show," and I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, I got the camera. I'll just I'll film it. He comes up with what he wants to do, and he's like, I'm gonna ask this guy to do this, and I'm gonna ask you.
And if I was mocking the business, why the hell am I selling when Kirkpatrick hits me with the stunning cutter? Why am I selling when Anthony Presley knocked me out?
Because if anybody feels that it's a mockery of the business, like yourself, you would at least come up, guys. You would tell us to cut it out.
Yeah.
Maybe not out in front of everybody, but you at least either call Andy up or pull stuff to the side and say, cut it out.
We're not putting on
Scott
a wrestling
Diamond would
show
do
here.
that. Bobby Blade does that.
Yeah.
A lot of gentlemen that we respect.
Well, some of the greatest wrestlers. So you got Mick Foley. Mick Foley did skits in his yard for years before he ever went to wrestling. There's video footage of it.
Yeah.
And when he jumped off the roof of his house.
He jumped off the roof of his house,
That's a skit.
Both of the Hardy brothers, they did the same thing. They wrestled out there. And Alex Zane, he did the same thing. He started out, which you all know, Alex Zane. He started
Zane's
out in a
awesome.
backyard and doing skits.
Yeah.
I mean, matter of fact, there's some wrestlers. Zodi will tell you there's people that are doing dojo shows now. It's not even a wrestling ring. You go into a dojo and do a show in the dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have the rings.
Barroom brawls where there's no ring. It's just they're doing a brawl in a bar. Those kind of things are over right now,
Oh, yeah.
and it's not
Damn
making
straight.
a mockery of the business.
You damn straight.
Right.
And like Zodi just said, he
Zodi
said
can call if
wrestling.
he wants. Zodi can call. You know,
Hey,
you
Zodi, you
if
can
want.
call.
You want to call in? You can.
Zodi said the bar shows and dojo shows you were speaking of are a blast. He said wrestling's supposed to be entertaining and enjoyed. You guys show up and promote shows more than a lot of wrestlers I know.
That's true.
You saying that-
And like I said, with setting up and tearing down, you can. It's like pulling teeth to get guys to do that anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When we opened our new building, you all showed up. All of you guys showed up. You didn't get to make it, but they showed up.
Yeah, I was working.
And then we had 2 fans that showed up, and then we had Kirkpatrick that showed up.
Yeah.
That was it. None of the boys that said, "Hey, we'll be over anytime you need us." They
I
didn't
saw
show
a
up.
list of people when you said, hey, we're going to need people here.
Nobody showed up.
I think I reached out to you and said, hey, what time do we got to be there? You told me. I said, cool, we'll be there.
And I was ready.
I
to
would
help
have
too.
been
And
there,
we
but I
had
was
that thing
working.
set up in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything.
Yeah.
It went smooth. Because that's probably what God wanted to happen. He wanted us to have that many people, and that's what happened.
Exactly.
That's right.
I wonder why you like that one, Kirkpatrick.
He said, I especially like the
We
skit
love
where
you, brother.
Johnny got the stunning cutter.
Yeah.
I wonder why he liked that
And like
one.
Zodi said, this is entertainment. The days of kayfabe, a lot of that's over. I mean,
Sadly.
Vince let that out. So now everybody knows it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, there's all forms of entertainment.
Yeah.
The WWE, the AEW, they do skits online all the time. I do them on TV all the time, skits.
Like
Some-
what they're doing with
Well, like-
Rhea Ripley and Dominic
Yeah.
going to Rey Mysterio. That's a skit.
Well, and then
Being the elite is all
That's
YouTube
that's
skit
nothing
shit.
but skits.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff, man, like the sexual chocolate stuff with Mark Henry back in
Yeah.
the day, about Mae Young having a baby hand.
Yeah.
All that stuff it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it's not making fun of the business.
No.
It's
part of the business.
It's entertainment.
It's part of the business.
And these guys,
It always has been part of the business.
these guys and you all have put over more wrestling promotions in the state than most people have done, and you all have put light onto so many different wrestlers.
Yeah.
That's current wrestlers and past wrestlers. Some of the past wrestlers, like in my generation, that may have never been remembered or known by some of the young generation, you brought them to them.
Yeah.
So now they've gotten basically
More
like,
eyes on-
more eyes on, but like they've
And these guys were-
reborn their career almost.
Until we brought them into the podcast, we're done with wrestling. They were done with it.
Yeah.
Like Bobby, Donnie Green and start talking about wrestling, and then like, oh, let's get back in the ring, let's do another match, let's do this and that.
And that's what this all about, is bringing young and old together, and also giving the older wrestlers a chance to have something to give back to the business.
That's right, brother.
Well, and like guy that I used to wrestle with a lot, and I took him to Mississippi and NWA a lot, is Kicking Kelly Charles. He came from out of Mount Sterling. He also was an MMA fighter and fought in MMA and was undefeated for like 2 years.
Yeah.
It was badass. He wrote me the other night and was like, hey, what do you think about maybe doing a program with me down in New South, and then me ended up finishing my career there in like a final match. And I said, yeah, we'd love it.
Oh yeah, do it.
And he said, well, I'm serious. Like he said, I think I'm ready to do that, and I would want to do it there. And I was like,
Oh, hell yeah.
all the way, all means.
That's true, guys.
Same thing
a
with-
lot of these guys have never had their last match, and,
Yeah.
they should. They deserve it.
Well, same thing with Bear Steele
Ryder.
and Donnie Green. They get their license and get their physicals done. They can do their last match there. I
And
was
Donnie
serious about
definitely
that.
wants
They're
you as
taking the
his
long
final
one.
opponent.
Yeah. So
They're taking the long way to
Donnie's
get the
so
license
funny,
going.
dude.
yeah,
He
I
makes-
love Donnie.
Just
He's-
even talking to him, he makes me laugh,
Hey,
dude.
I tell you how you can have that final match with Donnie. Just do it like a skit. You get inside the ring and be like, yeah, I'm going to face you. And then poof, you leave the ring and another guy slides in dressed like Scott Storm and takes
Dean
your place.
O'Neill, what's up, buddy?
Well, I said that I'll never say never. So I mean,
Yeah.
You was saying never when I first
You
met
were
you.
saying,
Yeah, I
were
was.
saying-
Now
and
you're
you
like
also-
getting
And
in-
then you took that bump.
but
Getting in a little shape,
I
you're-
took I hit the ropes and took the bump to see if I could do it, and I did it fine. I was sore
It's
as
hit
hell
the
for the
spark.
next week, but I wouldn't never come back and do a full career. But I wouldn't say never on a last match.
Yeah.
Because I never really did a last match. So
Yeah, you never had a last
True.
match.
so my last match that I ever had was with Larry D, legendary
Uh-huh.
Larry D, and I had him and his little crew of guys.
So you was wrestling Larry?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wrestled Larry was the very last match. It was a show that we did that was a church show. We did it for free in a parking lot of a church.
Yeah, you
And
told me about
it was
that.
packed, and I wasn't even. Larry had been trying for like 7 months to get me to come back to the ring, and I was like, I'm done, Larry. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And he said, come on, man. I want to get in the ring with you. Come on, one more time. Let's do it. So that night of that show, I wasn't even in the plans for it. I had the show lined
Yeah.
out because I don't like to work on a show that I'm running.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to the guys. I think they deserve the spot. I've had my time. They need to get
At
their
least
time.
not the main event or nothing.
Yeah, well, they need, and that's the problem. A lot of guys put themselves there. So
Yeah.
I don't like to do that because I believe they deserve that spot. So he just kept talking to me about it, and he was in that spot. And he said, come on, man. I said, all right, you know what? We're going to do it tonight.
Yeah.
And as a
That was
surprise,
cool,
I
man.
come out, and we wrestled. I beat him for the belt, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then I retired the belt, and then I shut the company down.
Yeah.
And that was the
Hell yeah.
last match I ever had was with Larry D.
Okay, so you was the last match of New South Wrestling until you opened it back up.
So I opened it back up. Yeah. I retired the title after that was my
do
third time with
Do you
the
ever
title.
dream of your last match, and who would you want it to be with?
I mean, I was very, very content with my last match being Larry
one?
D because I
Oh,
believe
well, yeah, he's a star around here.
and that was before Larry started really going and doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I believe that's before he really got real fit and everything too. But I always saw something in Larry.
yeah.
I used to always tell Larry, "You're like Big Van Vader. You're a big dude. Like
Yeah.
you have such athleticism." And I believe, and he would tell you that.
He's awesome. Man.
I've always believed in Larry, and he was the first guy I wanted to put the title on when I brought it back up here from Mississippi. So,
Hell yeah.
and when I opened it back up, he was the first guy I wanted it back on.
Yeah.
So, that's I have a lot of respect for him. But I would say probably me, if I could wrestle one person and say it'd be the end of my career, it would either be Tommy Gunn, which I've wrestled 200 times and we
Yeah.
have great chemistry together. It would probably be him, or I would say probably Donnie Green.
Yeah.
So one of those two guys.
How long would it take to get back in you like wrestling shape for you?
Probably take me a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the kind of match that we did, like if I mean, we're both old guys. We're not going to do anything like a bunch of high spots
Off
or
the
nothing,
top
you
rope
know.
or nothing.
No,
it'll be a- it'll be
Scott
a-
Storm off the top rope.
it'll
Come
be
and
a-
see it.
It'll be a scientific match, and we would work the crowd, and it would be different than what these guys do today. Like,
Yeah. I'd love to see that match.
I'd love to as
and
well.
it wouldn't be a lot of spots. We would
That would be a school, actually.
we would
It
walk
would be
and
a-
talk.
it'd
We
be
would
a
do
clinic.
it in the ring. We would walk and talk
It'd
in
be
the
a
ring.
clinic.
That's right.
That would be
Zodi said, I
such
did
a
that
school.
NWA tryout and took one bump in his match.
And they loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah, that's
Zodi
that's
had
right.
that NWA tryout last week. I hope
Yeah.
it works out for
Wow, I
you, Zodi.
love
Well,
to
and that's
see
another
that.
guy that I would love to do
Oh,
a last
yeah.
match with because I've wrestled Zodi a lot in a lot of different
Legend,
companies,
dude.
and
Already a legend.
we had a lot of fun. Like I've wrestled him all over the place, NWA, Glensboro, everywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was just he was a great guy to get in the ring with. So he went down to Mississippi with me
Some
too.
of my best,
Hell
some of
yeah.
the best like matches that I see has Zodiac in them. Like he fought Marcus Johnson down there in Paris, and that was like one of my favorite matches until I
Good
just,
Lord.
until I just seen him fight Adrian
last
Alexander
week.
last week. That's one of my favorites now. But
Dang.
he's always one of my favorites, you know. And Chance Prophet's always he's
Yeah,
such a good wrestler.
I loved
such
working
a
him
good
too.
wrestler.
When I worked him down in NWA, we didn't even we set up an open and a finish, and the rest of it we did in the ring.
Such a good wrestler.
Yeah, and I wrestled
I love
twice. That
Chance.
You gotta get Marcus Johnson down there too. 'Cause
yeah, we've talked to. I told him
he's
that
such a good
I'm gonna
wrestler
bring
too.
him
He
in.
has such a style, he's like an MMA, and I guess he's a boxer.
He's
really.
a boxer, yeah.
and he's got that style, and he's just
Well,
it's so
and
good.
Me and Aaron Rose, we go to a lot of wrestling companies, and me and him sit beside each other, and we'll watch talent, and we'll look at each other, and we'll back and forth. We'll be like, that guy's good. Like that guy would be good for New South. That guy would be, and so we do that a lot.
Yeah,
I had
That's the way
somebody
you do it.
text me and write me the other day and said, "How do y'all get all your talent?" And I said, "Well, so a lot of them reach out to us,
yeah.
and then we
Check
you
'em
know
out.
watch them and see what's going on." I said, "Then we go to a lot of promotions and sit and watch them. I mean, they're all independent contractors, so we go watch them, and then if we like what we see, then we say there's a place for you." That's what we did with Oliver Gunner. So we saw him, we liked what he was doing, and I called Adrian Alexander and was like, "Hey, you got that guy's info? I'd love to bring him in." So we tried to bring him in last week, but I think he was going out of the country, and he couldn't come. So this week he's
He's going to be
available.
there. Oliver
Hell
Gunner,
yeah.
OVW
Oliver Gunner, yeah.
champion.
Oliver Gunner.
No, that's Omar Amir was.
Oliver Gunner
Oliver
is-
Gunner was the guy with the was wearing the British.
Yep.
Tights
Oh
down
yes,
to
okay.
KPW.
Oliver Gunner, the British
Yep.
guy.
And he came out with the
Yeah.
manager.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
He looks like a big league guy. No,
Yeah, he's tall and
he's
athletic.
tall, big, athletic. He looks like a guy that you could see like just showing up on AEW like tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
You know,
And you
just
know what?
has the look.
Ian Mosley said, "I worked for 4 years with my promotion. I set up, tear down, run production, and do my manager work, all free. I do this across 2 states and love every minute of it. And that Oliver Gunner is a great guy."
Yeah. I mean, when I first got in the business, I did everything for free. I didn't take a payoff. I'd set up and tear down every night. That's all part of what we call paying your dues.
Yeah.
And a lot of these young guys don't want to pay their dues anymore.
Lazy
But-
fucks.
But with the good thing about my company is that the rings all stays up all the time, so there's not really a lot of that to do anymore. You just come in.
Just come in, show
But you know
up.
what's funny is that my shows is real cool. Is that after the show, a lot of the wrestlers just chill out in the locker room and we just shoot the breeze and talk and have a good time. Like, because our locker room's like a family.
Yeah.
I do not allow politics in my locker room.
Yeah.
If you come in and start trying to put this one down or that one down, I'll tell you, you got to hit the bricks because we
Damn
don't
straight.
do that.
Yeah.
We're a family.
There's no
there.
place here for you like that.
Yeah, we're a family. I mean, and everybody tells me I've never felt so comfortable in a locker room, like because we're all there as a team.
Yeah.
And everybody's match is for the betterment of the whole show.
Company.
Like we'll go to each other, and like prime example is one of our main events. The guy comes and like, "There's no low blows tonight. What is there any more low blows?" Like, no. If you're doing one, we'll tell everybody not to do one. And so that it just works as a team. And so we would go to him, "Hey, nobody do that tonight. He's doing that. And his match is going to mean
Oh,
something."
okay. Yeah.
That's right.
And so and people don't get mad.
Yeah.
They say, "All right, we'll work something else and we'll do this."
Yeah.
You know, but that's what we do. We do as a team.
That's
Everybody's
camaraderie.
got to work together.
Exactly.
Well, that's got to do to you the way you run shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not the guy too that a lot of promoters when the guy will come back through the curtain, they like chew them out and break them down and tell them everything they did wrong.
Yeah.
I don't do that. When the guy comes back through the curtain, most of the time when the guys come through the curtain, they find the promoter and they're like, "Hey, did you watch my match?
Yeah.
What did you think?" I tell them every time. If I didn't watch their match, I don't lie to them. I say, "I didn't watch it. I'll check it later.
Yeah.
I was busy."
I was busy.
But what I always tell them is I say, "Did you have a good time? Did you have fun?" And they're like, "Yep." And I said, "Did the fans cheer?" "Yep, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Go have a good time."
Damn straight.
And they're like, "Man, I don't have to worry about getting chewed out."
Yeah.
I'm not there to chew you out.
No.
Yeah.
We're supposed
you're
to
put on
have
a show. You're not. You're not a
thank you.
babysitter.
we're supposed to have fun just like you're supposed to have fun.
yeah.
You know, we don't need to take it so serious that everybody in every job that they do, not just wrestling, in any job,
Yeah.
everybody fucks up. Everybody makes
exactly.
mistakes.
Yeah.
So
Nothing's perfect.
I'm
Nothing's
not gonna.
perfect.
I've been in the ring and made mistakes. The crowd don't know if you made a mistake. Like
Don't,
if
usually.
you do 13 spots in the back and you miss a spot. I told Alexis that the other night. It's like if you miss a spot, they didn't know you missed a spot because they don't know what the spot was.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
right.
it. So stop worrying about it.
Sometimes, to me, when you miss a spot, it just seems like that's realistic life. Like sometimes you miss a spot.
Everything ain't always going to be
Sometimes
perfect.
you fuck up a move.
And in a fight, you're not always going to be perfect.
No.
It ain't always going to look
Yeah.
pretty either.
Yeah, most time you get your ass whooped because
In
you
a
think
fight.
you're tougher than you really are.
Yeah. And you're not there to look pretty. You're there to win the fight. But I tell people all the time, and anybody who's ever worked with me or for me will tell you, I don't chew them out. I don't do that. I tell them, did you have fun tonight? If you had fun, we all had fun. That's great. That's what we're here for.
Some people ask me, like, why do you watch that wrestling thing? And, like, why is it like this and that? And why does guys like it so much? I said, I think guys like wrestling, to watch wrestling, because that's the way they really want a real fist fight to be like. Like, I want to come over there and, like, beat you up and you beat me up, and then we both go home and neither one of us have
Crash
a broken...
Jackson.
No, neither one of us have
Security.
Hell yeah.
neither one of us have a
I've got
black
these
eye. Neither one of us have a broken arm. But in real life, you get a crooked nose like this. You get fingers that won't straighten out. When you fight in real
I
fights,
saw that, Bobby.
I'd love to go out here and have a real wrestling fight and come off somebody's car on elbow on somebody and not really hurt them. But
I've used real wrestling moves in real fights before.
yeah.
I would
I've
too.
suplexed the guy before. I DDT'd the guy before.
Yeah.
Trust me, it hurts.
I suplexed the guy and he didn't get up.
But like in all reality, guys, like we wish that real fights were like wrestling fights.
My dad.
Well, it's a male soap opera.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a male soap opera, but it hurts.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
and
it hurts.
I tell kids and people all the time, don't try this at home because what we do really does hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
And every time we get in the ring, we're putting our life on the. And that's the other thing I don't allow in my locker room. I don't allow drinking. I don't allow smoking. I don't allow drugs. And I don't care if you do all those things.
Yeah.
But if you cannot do those things for 2 hours of a show, something's really wrong with you.
Yeah.
We're
Go
putting
somewhere else.
we're putting each other's lives on each other's hands and our lives on the line every time we step in that ring.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be inebriated and messed up so that you can hurt somebody.
Yeah.
That I just don't allow that. And if you can't go 2 hours without doing that, you need to seek real help.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't allow any of that. When you come to one of our shows, as a wrestler, you'll see that it's a very professional atmosphere in the back, but it's also a very forgiving atmosphere as far as if you mess up in the ring, I'm not going to get on you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go off on you. Now, if you do opposite of what I tell you I need you to go out and do, I'm going to be upset about that.
Yeah.
And you might not get rebooked.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to chew you out in front of the boys. I'm not going to do that. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm going to do. I did this too for a living. And so I'm all about just telling you, did you have fun? Because the people who train me and the people that I worked for used to always say, did you have fun?
Yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
That's the point of the whole
Donnie
show.
Green,
is
what's
fun.
up, buddy?
What's up, Donnie?
And Ian O. Mosley said, if I ever make it out your way, I would love to catch a show. Seems like you guys put on a great show.
Well, I do appreciate that.
Ian Mosley, brother, we appreciate you more than you ever know, brother. We just met you this week through Facebook.
I've known him for a year.
Well, don't you
on
feel
Facebook.
special,
Wasn't
don't
he?
you feel
Wasn't he
special.
coming here? He was coming.
What's going on,
Yeah.
Donnie Green?
Was he the one who was booked to the show?
No, this is a
Different guy?
different guy.
I thought you was going to be in the studio with me, buddy.
Oh yeah, we got to make that happen at some point.
We gotta make that happen.
Okay.
You want that one more match with Anthony Presley? You gotta be inside the studio with
Donnie,
him.
get your physical. Get your license set up. Come on, Donnie.
Tell you, I love Donnie
He
Green.
gonna slap me.
I
I'm gonna shut
I
up.
love both. I
love them.
Really, I love all three Greens. I love Donnie, Bobby, and Ronnie. I wrestled Ronnie a lot, so because I wrestled him a whole lot in Lawrenceburg, and then I took him to Mississippi with me, and we had real good chemistry together. Me and Donnie was actually a tag team at one time, and then I've wrestled with him too, against him too. But I wrestled against Bobby Green a lot. He was always a heel. I was a baby a lot.
Yeah.
Donnie was a baby too because he had that baby face, a good-looking guy,
Yeah.
And he was a comedian, make everybody
He's
laugh.
so funny, dude. He makes me laugh every time he's in here. Him and
Chris
Bear, like when they go at each other.
DJ
Man.
Hootie Hoo in the house, whatever the hell.
Yeah,
that is.
DJ
Hootie Hoo.
Yeah.
Who's DJ Hootie Hoo?
He does music and stuff too, like kind of like Nick Himes. But me and DJ Hootie Hoo's talked about doing some
Oh,
events.
okay.
Oh, I have to
Events
talk to
up
you,
there.
Hootie Hoo.
Yeah, we've talked about
Dean
doing
O'Neill
some
said,
events.
I expect big things for Upstart. Can't wait to get involved in the action.
Yeah, sounds good.
Same thing with Diego. He'd love to.
We want to get all you guys out to the show this Sunday because we really need the support from the fans. And a lot of our wrestlers aren't just local guys. They come from other states, and it really does them good to see people out in the crowd cheering them on.
So everybody that's
great.
watching this show, we need you guys to come down to New South Wrestling this Sunday.
And spread the word.
The Upstart.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies. I don't care. Just tell them all to get out here to the show.
The Upstart tickets are a lot less than the regular New South Wrestling program tickets, right?
Yeah,
How much are
the
tickets?
first row is $20, and then the second row is $15, and then all general admission is $10.
Yeah.
Plus, we've started a new thing, and that's going to be on the New South shows too. We're going to do a family 4-pack of general admission tickets,
Okay.
where you can bring 4 people for $30.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you get one ticket free basically if you're bringing 4 people.
Guys, there's not a bad seat in the whole place.
there's
so
not.
You damn straight.
if you want to sit in the back row, it's not as good as the front row, but still, there's great seats in the whole
seats.
place.
It's
whole
still
place is
way
great.
better to see.
Like I was sitting up in maybe the 4th row, and then like when I went to the bathroom, I came back and sat in the last row for a little while because I wanted to see, what the view was back there, and there's not a bad
And
seat in the whole place.
You stood by me right by the concession stand all the
Yeah.
way in the back, and we still saw
yeah,
everything
still was
great.
watching it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
stand by the bathroom in the back and watch the wrestling. It's
Yeah.
like it's such a a great little environment, and it's you can see the ring from every angle in the whole place.
And
Yeah.
let me tell you guys, tell your friends, tell anyone that you know, New South Upstart is where it's at.
That's
We
right.
get
brother.
down there, man, and let's raise some hell. Let's let the wrestlers hear you cheering. Let's give them what they want.
Well, and people too sometimes think that because it's Upstart, it's all new people that are wrestling for us on those shows, but it's not. We do have a lot of young people that are new, and that's what that show's for.
Yeah.
It's not our New South Wrestling show that we do once a month. It's the Upstart for new people, but also in that we have a lot of the New South talent and veterans too, like Colorblind.
Colorblind's gonna be there this week.
Yeah, they're
Hell
there.
yeah, they are.
Adam Swayze and Rex. They're Omar Amir, Drew Hernandez. All these guys are veterans. They've been around a long time, and they're big names.
Yeah.
So those guys are going to be on this card.
Oh, you had Nate Hewitt.
Nate Hewitt and
last
Misery.
week.
Damn good
Misery.
guy.
Yeah.
Chance was
Chance Prophet. Yeah. I mean, just all these guys are just big guys,
Yeah.
and so, but then we have the Alexis Littlefoot that's new, and Savannah Sweet who's pretty new. We've
Yeah.
got those people on there,
Thanks,
so,
Dean.
So yeah, I mean, it's really worth it. And then the night
Gaston wrestled. for you
Gaston
last-
LaRue, yeah.
Everybody, if you guys want to see a good wrestler, dude, that dude is a little.
Gaston LaRue.
He's a great little wrestler, dude. He puts on a hell of a
When
show.
he was trained by Larry D, so
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Larry knows what he's doing. He trains these people right.
Yeah.
Me and him
And-
talked for about an hour after that show. He wanted to see how his kids did, and I told him they was great.
Yeah.
So
What's going on with them? Are they going to putting shows on soon?
yeah,
Again?
Larry's he's just trying to get his ducks in a row and stuff with the bar and stuff happening, and
Yeah.
he's looking for another location, another venue, and
Yeah.
just things happen.
Maybe
you know?
maybe we'll
gotta
see
do
a
that for
Generation
everything.
Next program down there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they're not done. Not by a long shot.
Maybe down in Lawrenceburg. Come down there and wrestle at y'all's place.
I don't care if they want to
Come on, Larry, and come on down to Lawrenceburg.
Hey,
There's 6 other days in the week that Anthony's not put on the show.
speaking of Gaston LaRue, Ian Mosley said, my boy Icon Lee put him in his place. And we know Icon Lee.
Yeah.
Do we really?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Who did he wrestle? Who did he wrestle down there last week?
Who's that?
Who's
Gaston. He wrestled Kobe Kane from NWF.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
They had a good match, and I think-
NWF, they got some talent up there too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and we've got people coming in from NWF who was trained right by Roger Ruff.
Oh, he's a
Ruffin.
great guy. I met him, man. He was
Yeah.
so nice to me. He
We've
was
got-
so nice to me.
He's such a good guy. And he knows what he's doing in the business. Zodi's been up there forever. He
Yeah.
knows. So we're bringing all those guys in. We're bringing in all of Chance Prophet students who are also trained top notch, great students. We're bringing in Joe Pace's students from up in Ironton, Ohio.
Joe
So
Pace.
we've got them coming in from everywhere. We've got a lot of
There's your girl, Andy.
we
Yeah.
we got a lot of people from the Pritchett Jacobs School that have reached out to us and want to come down and work. We've got a lot of the former OVW people that was trained by Rip Rogers and that group before Al Snow and them, that they've reached out and would like to come up and wrestle. So there's
What about Rod? We think we can get Rod Hicks back in the ring?
man, I don't know. I've talked to him, and he likes to come to the shows, but I don't know if he'd get back up in the ring.
He's
I
still in
love
great
to see
fucking-
little
He's in
boy.
good shape.
He's in great shape, dude. He's sitting here next to me, and I was like, I couldn't believe how good shape he's still in.
He's just like really into the collar and elbow
Yeah,
stuff and,
yeah.
and his family. You know,
Yeah.
he's kind of like me.
Great
like,
guy, man.
Like that was one of the
He
reasons.
had a fucking Gucci hat on. when
Oh
he was
yeah,
in here.
yeah.
Oh,
I was like, is that a fucking Gucci hat you got on?
He's got a lot of connections in the business too,
Yeah,
man. He's
yeah.
made a lot of friends.
Great guy, man. He always
Hey.
he helps us and puts us over. Fucking great guy, man. The guy, you guys, collar and elbow, get a fucking t-shirt, go down there and buy the guy's t-shirts. Come on,
Use promo
Yeah.
code Andy10 at checkout.
that's
there
right.
you go.
And
Hootie Hoo there, he said,
that's what I
DJ
was about
Hootie
to
Hoo, he
say.
said Scott Storm and Terry Allen would have been dope for to bring back the Greensboro days. Yes,
That's right.
Me and Terry Allen have wrestled a whole lot together, but Terry's done. Terry retired. He's doing comedy now. We might bring him up to do a comedy
yeah.
show.
Hell yeah.
But Terry, when I first went to Greensboro, when I first got trained, me and Terry did a program for like a solid year, and we just wrestled each other for the cruiserweight title for a year. And we had some really good matches, interesting matches. Probably one of the most interesting matches I ever did was with Terry Allen. It was at the Anderson County Fair. We set up, and that was old wooden ring, and the canvas was old cowhide Kansas.
Wow.
And it rained, like pouring down rain that night.
Slick.
And we was going to quit the show.
Yeah.
We was like, we're not going to do the show, right? It's a fair show. And people sitting in the crowd, they stayed.
When it was raining.
Yeah, it was raining. It's pouring down rain. And we was like, what are we going to do? It was like, we're just going to go wrestle.
Yeah,
That's
so me
right.
and him was wrestling each other. It was dangerous as hell. Like, we was slipping all over the place.
I'm sure.
We went outside, and he threw me in water puddles. And it
sounds
was
like-
so much fun.
that sound like a great.
That
match.
would
It
be
was.
fun.
I bet it
and
was.
it's on
yeah.
YouTube. But, yeah.
I'll check it
We'll have
out.
to check that out.
It was I went by Brian Justice back then, but it was such a good match. But we had these spots figured out, and it was like, God, it's so slick. Because the bottoms of those boots are crepe soles,
Yeah.
and they are slick. So it was fun. But
That would be fun. Jonathan Barnes said, "Thank you, Anthony Presley, for the experience that he had working for New South Upstart."
well, I appreciate it. Thank you for stepping in and helping us out of a bind because we were down one, and I didn't want to have Charlene do all of the matches. I don't like to just do one ref because I like to give the people a different ref every so often, so they're not seeing the same person all the time. And if one ref gets a little heat on them, that way they don't carry that heat on. But I also want to give the referees a break.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love having more than one.
Yeah.
And Charlene was
The
back.
way those and that ring is hard. The way those guys they put that
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 down. Like
when they-
you hurting your hand.
and
you're
when they
like,
slide down,
bow,
and
bow.
they slide down and they hit their hip a lot and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, the people don't realize that. But
It's
to be
very physical,
to be a
too.
referee, you have to learn to bump too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Also, if you are a manager or something, you still have to learn to bump.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Me and
You
George,
know, I just took my physical.
yeah. Well,
last week.
I gotta get my physical, too.
You know, if you get it, you got to bump though.
I know.
Hey,
It
I'll
might-
definitely
only
be
a
willing
couple
to.
times in training,
This,
but
this
that's
guy
all.
will bump all the time.
Yeah.
That's what he loves to do.
But I was talking to Jordan Cage the other day. I was like, so what's your deal with the managers and stuff? He's like, oh, they're gonna bump.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
gonna, they're
yeah.
gonna learn to bump.
Yeah.
He
That's
said
right.
even if it's just a little bit, but they're gonna learn to bump.
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
because just in case, because you never know, might be a bumped
I'm
person's spot.
I'm wanting to do it. I'm really wanting to do it. Like I just I don't want to make it a career or anything, but like doing this is kind of like it gives me it'll give me a different point
It's
of
like
view.
what Priscilla said. You are a jack of all trades. Well, with everything you've done.
Jackass of all trades.
Well, you said that, but I'm serious. Like you were a bartender.
Yeah.
You had a furniture delivery service. You do UPS. You've been doing that for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You're doing this. You're probably got other side projects we don't know about. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
No, and that's similar to what Priscilla was talking about,
Yeah.
bringing that up. And now you'll be able, hopefully, knock on wood, everything goes right. You'll be able to mark wrestling manager off your
Well, I probably
put
would like
that
to do.
down on your
I would like to
resume.
do a match. I know I probably wouldn't like. I'd have to train a little while, but I would like to have at least one match.
Well, hey,
Well, and as a manager, you talk a lot, you talk well,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's good to do. And you
Yep.
wear flashy jackets and things. That's always good.
Yep.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And just having charisma and just having some kind of excitement about you, you'll do fine doing that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
working on
This
working
man's
on
got
your
crazy.
talkative
I want
skills
to.
too.
I think he would. I think he could actually do it. I think he could take bumps and actually learn some moves.
Dean O'Neill said, "Always keep a ref shirt
He's
on
only
me."
30 he's only 32.
Only
Oh, he's
33.
a baby.
Yeah, he's a
He's
baby.
33.
Yeah.
he just
33.
said.
He's a baby.
Yeah.
Hey, that was my first time taking a stunning cutter. That first time that I ever took a front face bump.
My daughter here was born when I was 33, so
I know. Mine was 37. My last one.
Dean O'Neill said, "Always keep a ref shirt on me just in case. I don't mind doing some referee work if you need me to." So,
never know. That's the
know.
old saying with wrestlers. Is
You
that
damn
we-
straight.
always bring your gear.
You always have your gear. Yeah.
Yep, because if you don't, well,
you might
you're
miss
losing
out on
out.
it.
I mean, that was like a couple weeks ago. We were at the show, and Misery, he wasn't scheduled to be
wasn't
there,
booked.
but he was there.
I like
and
that guy.
and I said,
man.
"You got your gear?" He said, "Always."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, you want to do a run in?" He said, "Yeah, sure."
I like that guy.
He
man.
did that run in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I always.
I
get-
love misery.
I always seem to run into him like after the show or during the
He goes to
intermission or something.
everything.
Yeah.
He's awesome, dude. He's
He's a
just
great
like an
guy.
awesome guy. Just seems so.
Every time I'm doing a signing somewhere
Yeah.
with somebody, he's there.
Yeah.
He always walks. Hey,
Yeah.
Jonathan Barnes said he was 36 when he started training, so
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
you never know.
And
never know.
Ian Mosley said it's fun being a manager. At least for me, instant heat. As soon as people see me, I'm trained as a wrestler, ref, manager. I keep all gear because you never know.
That's right, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. That's actually when I took Chance Profit down to NWA New South before I bought it, and I took him to wrestle someone else, and then I was wrestling Zodiac on that card, and then so I wrestled Zodi, and then his opponent didn't show up. Chance's opponent didn't show up.
You had to wrestle.
So I just like they wasn't going to have him in a match. They weren't going to have him do nothing.
Yeah.
They brought him all the way in, and he was the national heavyweight champion for all of the NWA. And I said, well, why in the hell are we doing that? I'm here. I'll wrestle him.
Yeah.
And I was a heel at the time. I just turned heel.
Yeah.
And he was a baby. And so he's in the ring, and they're telling me to have an opponent. So I get on the mic, and I come out and say, when Scott Storm's in the house, this is his house. You
Wow.
have an opponent.
Yeah.
And so I came out, and we did it, and we did a
Did you say
deal.
Chance
Chance Profit.
Profit.
Yeah, so we did the
Yep.
match, and we had a great match.
He was the NWA champion.
He was I was the NWA.
not world
I was he was the national heavyweight champion, which
National
is right under the world champion.
Okay.
And then I was the NWA cruiserweight champion.
Okay.
So it was the cruiserweight champion against the national heavyweight champion.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And
you,
so
you did work. You did work with him.
yeah, we did probably a 25-minute match, and it went really, really well.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's
he
awesome,
he
man.
beat me, and then I beat him down afterwards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And left him, and yeah.
So you got your heat.
I got to get him on the show.
He got his
Yeah.
heat back.
Yeah,
Chance Profit?
Chance is
Hell
an
yeah.
awesome. Chance is an awesome dude.
I
Yes,
love
yes.
his gimmick because when he said, "Hey,"
Did you see? Did you see the video where Zodiac
Was
fed him?
feeding him.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
lots
at,
of
that was at
tub.
my building.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did that video. I took
yeah.
that video. So
Yeah.
I gave it to
Man,
I gave it to
they
Zodiac.
have a real cool monster thing going.
Yeah.
It's him, Zodi, Nate Hewitt, and Misery. All
Oh,
of them are
hell
like a monster group.
Oh, okay.
So
I love
would be
that.
great for
That's
Halloween.
really
We gotta put
really
the we need to put the monster head belt out there for him.
yeah. Oh, they're it's something wild.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, they have a following. Like everybody loves them,
Yeah.
and they're all good guys, and they're all monsters. So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Which also kind of another crazy dynamic to that is that we had Ella, from Kobe Kane and Ella from NWF. Well, she is a monster basically herself, and she's a good guy, good girl, whatever.
Yeah.
So she might gravitate to them too.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's kind
oh
of crazy.
hell yeah!
I tell you what, they were wrestling her and Alexis, and Alexis grabbed her doll, and I've never heard a scream so loud in my life. Like Ella screamed so loud,
Yeah.
it peeled the paint off the walls. Like it was crazy.
Is Alexa going to be down
Ella
there
was
this
the
week?
one at.
Yep, NWF.
Alexis
and
Little-
Bar
not
Brawl.
just- Littlefoot gonna be down there this
Yeah,
week
the
too?
bar.
Oh yeah, Alexis.
About.
Littlefoot will
Brawl
be there.
4.
Yeah, she'll be taking
Yeah.
on
And
Savannah's
she's at
Street.
NWF
Savannah's
as well.
Screamed out, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm like,
We've talked to a lot of women that's interested in coming. So Larkin, Daniel, she's. talking
Oh, I
about
like
coming.
her.
We need every time I go to a show and I hear from the women, like there's not a lot of women wrestling
Yeah.
in Kentucky.
Well, we've
like,
talked to her. We've talked to Kayla Richardson from up in Indiana. She said she wants to come. We've talked to just a whole bunch of former OVW women that live down in Louisville that don't wrestle there anymore. That said they want to come up. So there's a lot of girls. Mika the nurse. She's going to be on the
Hell yeah.
the 19th show.
Okay.
And think about this.
Danny
Making the
Moe-
Cold Desire.
Danny Moe will be back on the 19th show. Facade will be back on the 19th
Nice.
show. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're doing a lot of different entertainment.
yes,
So
we are.
the Saturday we got the music, the Skullfest 3. It's from 2 to midnight, and then the following night is our wrestling show, the Upstart. And then we got the comedy show coming in the 25th. Like I said, we was talking to Sky today about doing a writers round where writers of real country music that's on the radio now, the guys who actually wrote the music, are going to come up and tell stories about the song and then sing the song and do that. Like 4 or 5 of them will do that. And just all kinds of different entertainment. So it's the New South Entertainment Center at 101 Hilltop Drive and Suite 2 in Lawrenceburg. So
Sounds
Hell
great.
yeah.
It really does.
It was
Sounds
a
And-
very fun time.
Gino O'Neill said, I love Ella's character. It was very unique, and that scream was a thing of beauty.
Oh man, it was a loud scream. I was actually in the crowd. I sat out in the crowd to watch that match, and I was listening to that. Me and Aaron was talking, and that scream we looked at each other. Holy smokes, that was loud.
Wow.
Hey, another one that's come back into wrestling business, making it Cold Desire.
Mm-hmm.
She's been talking about it.
Yeah, she don't wear any clothes though.
Hey, she wears clothes
That's
for wrestling.
Yeah,
But you look at her Facebook, man.
She-
She's
she
naked
lo-
all the time.
She likes everything we put. Everything
she's
we put
awesome,
on.
though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Phenomenal finds.
I'd love to have if you get her down here. I'd love to have her on the show.
I'm definitely going
But
to
she'll
be
have to
talked
be dressed, so we
Hey,
don't care.
she also said
don't
that
have
she'll
to be-
model
not
our
here, she don't have
shirt.
to be dressed.
Yeah.
I got this little blur thing. We can blur it out.
She said that she'll model our shirts.
Hey,
yeah,
We
Yeah.
could also get her to model some New South stuff too.
She likes everything we
She
put
can
on.
model.
yeah. She's a sweetheart, man. She really
Yeah, she
is.
is.
Yeah.
And hey, even Ian Mosley says he loves him some Nate.
Yeah.
We
Well,
all
and
love
I
Evil
talked to
Nate.
Nate the other day,
great.
and I told him, you're more than welcome to bring Dahlia too.
Oh
and so
yeah.
he said
is
that
she back to wrestling yet?
he said that's going to be happening real soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So,
yeah. 'Cause
but
we're
and
big fans of hers.
I told
We
him
are.
bring her on out, and she can come out to the ring with you, or if she wants to do her own thing, she can do that too. Like we're all about that. So
Yeah,
Awesome.
Nate actually really had a good time the other night. He said he remembered wrestling in that building when it was Wildcat. And he said, I feel like I took a time warp back 13 years. He said, but then when I come through the curtain, I'm like, holy smokes, you've done a lot to this place.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but the locker room still looks a lot the same, because we didn't do a whole lot with it, other than putting a heating and cooling system in there, which Doss Heating
thank you,
and Cooling.
Doss man.
Oh yeah, put them over.
Dawson Sons Heating and Cooling did that for the boys and for the fans, and because if the
I didn't realize such a good guy he is.
oh, he's a
He
good
really
dude.
is.
He's one of
He really
he's
is.
so
he's
like,
one of my best friends.
he's
yeah.
he seems to like every time I talk to him, he just blows me away. Like his personality.
Oh, he's one of my best friends. We have so much fun. We go to UK games together.
Yeah, we seen him. I seen him when I seen him behind us. I was like, I gotta fuck with
And
him.
we would never forget
he
the canopy.
he
The
messed with us. He
canopy.
didn't
Yeah.
care.
And then like Super Bowls, he'll have a Super Bowl party at his house,
Oh,
and we'll
nice.
go over and watch that.
Yeah.
And then just he's just a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
And his wife is super sweet woman.
Yeah. They
And
seem
think
like-
about it.
Becky Doss is sweet.
They seem like really good people.
Oh, they
Oh,
are. There's
Nate
Nate
Hewitt
Hewitt.
chimed in. He said, it's so much more professional now. It's on another level.
That's
That's
right,
right,
Nate.
Nate Hewitt.
Yeah, we love Nate Hewitt.
I've been to a couple of the old WCCW shows.
Give
down
Nate our
there.
phone and give him our phone number if he
All
wants.
right, I will.
Hey, I'll tell you this. So we were
Send you the number, Nate.
we were in the locker room.
If you would like to call.
We were in the locker room last week at the show, and I was sitting there talking to Anthony Katina, and his back was to Nate, and Nate was getting ready to go out, and he fired up that chainsaw, and Anthony about jumped out of his tights. When Nate went through, he turned around. He said, "Holy shit, that scared the hell out of me." I said, "Oh yeah, he wears that thing out."
Wow.
But it scared the piss out of him. Like he said, "Holy smokes, that scared me."
He's got a great.
It looks
he's got a
totally
great gimmick.
different. Like night and day.
All the
Buildings, what
Totally
it used to.
We're gonna get a banner made for you guys. Hang up down there.
Hell yeah, we are.
We'll hang it. We've got all of our sponsors hung up right now. I got to still get a banner made for Dawson Sons, and then we're gonna put that one up. But
Sent you the number, Nate.
If you would like to call.
yeah, you can call in, Nate. We could listen to you and talk to you here in the podcast.
Hey, he's the best talker. No one can touch him on the mic.
Man, I tell you what, he does a really, really good promo.
Hell yeah, he
he's
does.
killing it on the promo scene right now. I love Nate Hewitt. Nate Hewitt's a good dude.
Plus
And he learned a whole lot from one of my real good friends, Rikishi. So
Yeah.
Kishi thinks a lot of Nate
Are we
and
gonna
of Dahlia.
Are we gonna have Kishi down sometime?
We possibly could. When he gets back down here, hard telling what Keish wants to do. A lot of times he want to go grab something to eat and go back to his room.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what we can get him to do.
Yeah.
He does his own podcast.
I mean,
too.
is he gonna come down to your
Oh yeah,
place?
yeah, for sure.
I'd love to get him in here, but he's
I just
you know,
can't
such
bring
a
him-
big star, you know.
I can't bring him all the time because he comes all the way from California,
Yeah.
and the flight is really expensive.
Yeah.
And with his size, he has to fly first class, so it gets real expensive. So I told him we'll have to curtail that down to a few times a year. We can't do it every show.
Right.
Yeah.
So me and him, we talk on Facebook and live, stuff like that all the time. Google
Nate
Meets
said-
and that things.
That's cool.
Nate said he'd love to call in, but he's at his shoot job right now. If I can, I will. Thanks for putting me over.
Oh,
Thanks,
well.
Nate. We appreciate
Always
you.
Nate.
Nate, we love you, brother. And I'm from that part of Ohio. I do apologize for everything up there.
Yeah, we love Nate, and we love that monster faction that they've got going on, and the fans really dig what they're doing, and they dig that dark stuff, and
Yeah.
so
I love that
It's fun.
faction.
yeah.
Well, they call it. What do they call you?
They haven't come up with a name yet. They told me the other night they're working on it. So,
Okay.
That's
Cool.
cool.
but
Hey,
they're,
whatever they come up with, it's gonna be great.
it's gonna be fun, and they're not only just great wrestlers, but they're all great entertainers. Like they can all do
yeah.
so much. And even Misery. I mean, Misery is a beast and a monster, but don't let it fool you. He can do some stuff. So
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty cool.
Even if you just had freaking Zodi and Chance by themselves,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
That video,
I mean,
that
that's
Andy
legendary.
film.
Well, I
right
mean,
there.
when you had Nate and
then you had Nate in
well,
there,
Well, you put
and-
Nate over
and
at
then-
Wilmore. When we was at Wilmore, Nate and Chance was hilarious.
That was
yeah.
hilarious.
That
They
was
was
When-
touching each other's head.
or when the Chance removed the mask and he's like, ah!
Or
and
when-
Nate's just checking his hair.
well,
like,
when he turned on that chainsaw, what's the name? Chance just fell straight back like a tree and played dead. I mean, they're funny. Like
oh, they're hilarious. man.
it's just really cool.
when Zodi fed him that nacho, I
There was
just,
a lot of tongue in there.
yeah, he said there's a lot of tongue
a lot of
involved. in that.
talking. I just thought I was just gonna die, man.
Yeah, they're all funny. I mean, they're good. And, it's funny too. I was talking about that. So, the steps, like, so their steps are like my steps.
Yeah,
They don't break apart.
No.
They're heavy duty, right?
Yeah.
So the WWE steps break apart, and they're a little more hollow. So Dustin thought that my steps was like WWE steps, and he had Katina, throw him into them. He come in the back. He said, "Oh, I think I hurt my shoulder." I said, "Man, I hope you're okay." He goes, "Oh, it's my fault. I thought those steps had a little more give. They didn't have no give." I said, "No, it takes 3 men to move those steps. Those steps do not move."
Took about 3 or 4 of
I
us.
said,
that
"It
day.
takes 3 men to move them. They're heavy duty."
Well, 3 of y'all to move it, and then one of us to get down there and put the padding
Yeah.
at just the right spot.
Well, their ring is made by the same guy my ring is made by, which is
Yeah.
Mike Samples in
Lawrenceburg,
Lawrenceburg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he makes their rings also, and he makes their steps just like he makes mine. So
Hell yeah. Dean O'Neill said he about broke the ring when he slammed Rex this past Sunday.
well, board actually did pop out.
Oh, good Lord.
But then when he slammed him again, the board popped back in. So yeah,
He
he
fixed
did
it.
he did pop a
So
2x12
Rex was down
out.
there last week too.
Yeah. So Rex and
Rex is a
last
big
week
old boy.
was
He's huge.
last week was Rex and Swayze against Misery and Nate Hewitt.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So it was a real
Man,
good,
I wish I'd
real
have got
good
to
match.
get down there.
Great tag team.
Joe got a little scratch on him.
Oh, there was some really good matches last week. Yeah, you would have enjoyed it.
We missed it. And
Oh,
that
Phenomenal
sucks.
Fine said there's a TCW, UCW event in Somerset / Ferguson this
Yep.
Saturday.
That's a great thing too. Ultimate
We
Championship
got a lot
Wrestling
of
and
these
Trip
coming
Crown Wrestling.
Saturday.
Those guys are working together a lot now. Is there?
Yep.
They got a big collective together, don't they?
And I think that stuff right there is the most stupidest thing in the world.
Oh, the
that,
slap
stuff.
Yeah, I hate it.
That
Yeah.
is stupid.
Chris Nowinski came out the other day and
He said, "What's next?
he
Who's
said,
going to survive
please-
the stabbing?"
Well, no, he said, please let's not support that because that's a concussion waiting to happen and CTE waiting to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Dino Neal said so. He broke it and fixed it all in the same match.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
I mean,
I want to see
that's
that
a
Nate
big-
Hewitt.
that's a big guy getting slammed. Rex
Yeah.
is a
Huge.
big guy to get slammed.
What does he go, like 400 pounds, you think?
Yeah, and he's probably 6'6".
Yeah.
He's huge. I talked to him down there at NWF, and he's just huge.
He's a big man.
He's going to be at a whole lot of the Sunday shows. That's the great thing about the Sundays too is a lot of these guys are free
Yeah,
to come, so you're going to see a lot of really good talent.
just an extra day for them to be able to
Yeah.
wrestle.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of awesome talent. We've been actually talking with Sean Hernandez to bring him back. So
Okay.
the Super Mex, he's going to be coming back real soon. I mean, this is a lot of people didn't know this, but he's a Hall of Famer with us now. But a lot of people didn't know that Sean Hernandez, and he'll tell you this. He told Scott Diamond the other night that he started his career with us with New South Wrestling
Really?
in Mississippi
Nice.
before he went to TNA.
Yeah.
That's where he started.
Is that the big one? Who was in? He's the
Yeah,
big
the
he was the
Mexican
big
guy,
guy.
the big,
Yeah,
big
Yep.
guy
okay.
in LAX.
Yeah. I seen him in. I got a picture with him and my son, and he was in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
Like, when
Well, he was in Lexington. He came up and did the show at the Ice Center.
Well, they did.
too.
Yeah, but when like years ago, Impact
Yeah, when he was with TNA. Yeah.
TNA wasn't even Impact then. It was TNA, I guess. Maybe
Same
it was
thing.
still Impact.
Yeah,
It was still
TNA Impact.
Yeah.
But they came to Lawrenceburg and
Yeah.
did a show. There was like Booker T was there, Scott Steiner. Like it was a hell of a show down there,
At the Eagle Lake.
Eagle Lake. Yeah,
Yeah, where I rent my building, that's the guy who owns Eagle Lake.
man,
That's who I rent from.
it was a show. Like that was one of the best shows I'd ever been with. You had Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner, Booker T. You had Supermax. You had Samoa Joe and
Yes. Speaking of which, Joe's in the ring.
Joe,
Yeah.
and they had AJ Styles. Like all those guys were there that
And
night.
speaking of Hernandez, Nate Hewitt worked under Hernandez a lot in San Antonio back in 2016.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, he was so blown away by the, coming up here and getting the Hall of Fame because he said to him it was like a full circle moment because he started his career. And I was there when he started his career. We used to stay at the same hotels and everything. And I remember when he got signed, when he signed his deal and went with Jeff Jarrett.
I got
And-
I got
and-
that picture with him and my son.
I remember that. And then when he came back, the first thing when he saw me, he was like, man, it's a full circle moment. And then he told me, he was like, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you this now. He said, I just left TNA not long ago. He said, and your setup, they don't have nothing. He said, they got the big screens, but he's like, you're not an indie promotion.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm just telling you, you're a different feel when you walk in the building.
yeah.
He said, and you just keep doing this. He said, I love what you're doing to the company that I started in. So,
Yeah.
as he used to go about hot
Are
stuff,
you,
Hernandez.
are y'all taping for YouTube and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, last week is a little bit weird because for one, we had the small crowd because of the football, but two, our production team couldn't make it because they were doing the All A Classic, and then our other guy that Brandon Ramey that does the camera shots, he couldn't come because he was sick.
Yeah.
So we had to do the whole filming on one of my
Tripods.
no, it was one of my tablets. So we had a guy walk around with the tablet. So it's a little bit
Yeah.
of a different feel. But I'm going to be releasing all of that onto YouTube.
Good.
And actually, our first show that we did, the New South show, we're going to release on YouTube.
Because if you can get monetized on YouTube too, that's money in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Facebook,
too.
that's money in. Any sponsors is money in, and then the fans, But we're really counting on you guys as fans to support the podcast, to support New South Wrestling. Any kind of anything y'all can donate or do whatever, just go
That's
ahead.
right.
And,
Hey, come on, guys. It's not like AEW and them where you have to spend $500 to get front row seats because
$20 New
Yes.
South at the height.
and sometimes just 25.
So sometimes 25.
Yeah, and,
it is
and
worth
$10 like and sit in the back row and act like
Really, not even the back row. Third row and back is considered general admission. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn
and,
straight.
and we do the
That's what
family.
I'm saying. Like you can sit in the back row and it still be just as nice
Exactly.
as sitting anywhere in the whole place
And
because
we-
the whole place has a great view
Thank you,
from everywhere.
Ian Mosley.
And we do the
Please go.
family 4-pack,
Yeah.
so you can get 4 general admission tickets for three tickets,
Yeah.
so $30.
Yeah, there you go. Why
So-
not even buy buy
That's right.
buy
All
the
you got to
family
do is tell
pack.
the lady at the front door is that I'm here to get the family 4-pack, and then she'll give you 4 general admission tickets for the price of 3.
Heck
That's
yeah.
right.
And if you want to bring kids under 6 are free. You can bring them; they don't cost anything.
Come and sit in the back row because it's just as good as any
Exactly.
any place in there to sit.
And I gotta tell you, I love the indie experience way better than any other thing. Yes, I enjoyed AEW last week, but there's
I love
nothing
the
like
indie experience.
New South. So guys, go out and support New South this Sunday night.
And they were going back to our skits and all that stuff. There was people mentioning they've seen our skits on Facebook and YouTube and everything else. They were coming up to us saying more about the skits more than they were our work on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So I'm loving the skits we do. I know that was
No,
like
that's
20
cool.
minutes. That was half an hour ago or
No,
something.
you guys say what you say,
But
man.
yeah, and it was just great. I've seen a lot of people speak very highly of the New South, and from experience, it was just always a great time. I've never had a bad experience at New South.
One, and that comes because it starts with me. I care about not only how the fans. I come out during the intermissions and stuff, ask everybody how you doing, are you enjoying
Yeah,
the time,
yeah.
you having a good time. I'm asking the guys in the back, are you guys having a good time,
Yeah.
you enjoying yourselves? Because that's what it's all about for everybody. Nate just he's got GoPro footage. You can post that anytime you want, Nate. I'm
Hell
okay
yeah,
with
brother.
it.
brother.
I'm okay with you posting any kind of GoPro footage, so that's good. That's
As
a whole
long as
different.
it's of your match. What
That's
you
a
do
whole
outside of it.
different aspect of the match, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Post it all, man. Just
Hey, I love the fact that he's wrestling at New South as the Mothman
That's
Yeah.
right.
version
Well,
of the character.
He put that on, he put that mask on the other day. Mm-hmm.
And there's no one with a better gimmick. He's undefeated underneath that mask
Yeah,
and unstoppable.
yeah. If he gets that on, if that comes off, he can get shaky sometimes.
Yep.
But when he wears that mask,
Yep.
That's right.
Look at KPW.
Nate, I wouldn't even take it off ever.
Yeah,
just
don't-
leave that son of a gun
Yeah,
on.
sleep in it.
Exactly. Hey, Oliver Gunner, only one because
Hey, let me tell you something. He's still winning with the mask off.
Yeah.
You see his significant other, right?
Yep.
Oh,
He-
yeah.
Dahlia, he
yeah,
ain't.
yeah.
Nah, he's
Yeah.
winning all the time.
He's winning. He's
he's a winner.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's winning. He knows.
He's a winner
I
chicken
thought
dinner.
they're just friends.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Which
That's
P.S.
all right,
I'm
They
happy
definitely
for him.
banging.
Friends
Whoa.
is
That's
cool.
what
We
they
all
say.
gotta have friends.
Hey, that's all right. It's
She's
whatever.
my best friend.
But,
I'd
but
be your best
whether
friend.
she's a friend or just a great supporter, he's winning.
Yeah.
He's
That's
doing
right.
All right.
And also, she's winning because she's a chainsaw queen.
Yeah, I've seen her with that mask on.
Yep.
Wielding that chainsaw.
Yep. And she got the same vest too. Wearing that, she's chainsaw queen.
No, I love Nate. Nate's such a respectable guy, and he loves the business. He cares about the business. He's full of entertainment.
He's always man. Every time I look at him on like Facebook, he's always in the gym. He'll post that he's did like a 10-hour at his shoot job, and then he's in the freaking gym after that. And then like, when does this guy sleep, man?
Well, that's the biggest thing with the gym is, you just got to be consistent and do it even when you don't want to do it. So there's times I don't feel like doing it, but I'm doing it. And one of the
Oh, he's got thumbtacks in his hoodie.
What the hell?
one of the big reasons why I got back in the gym was because a good buddy of mine was diagnosed with colon cancer, and he's a big guy. He's like 400 pounds, and the doctor told him that he has to lose some weight for the surgery. So he was like, "Will you go to the gym with me?" I said, "I most certainly will."
Yeah.
So for about 6 months, I've been taking him to the gym every day, and he's lost about 40 or 50 pounds, and he's doing really good. And so that got me back motivated to do it, and got him motivated to do it. And that was one of the big reasons. The other reason is one reason was when me and my wife divorced. A divorce is real good motivation to show you, fuck you. I'm going to show you that I'm going to bring
I'll
old
show
me
you I
back.
look better.
That's the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, because really I quit wrestling because
What
of,
is he doing?
not only because of the kids, but he's
About to
going
expose
to
the
expose the
man.
wood. So, not only because of the kids being born, but I quit because my wife didn't want me to do it anymore.
Yeah.
She wanted me to just be at home with her. She didn't want me to wrestle. And which when she was pregnant, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go away and be away from you because you're pregnant. And then I just never did go back, and she didn't want me to. But as soon as she was gone, we went right back to the wrestling. So,
Yeah.
the divorce and all of that, a lot of that has really motivated me
sometimes
as well.
something like that is the best thing to ever happen to you. You know.
Yeah, it is
Exactly.
because
When you're going through it, it's like, nah, you don't like it, but
Sucks,
then
but-
like, you know, then
I kind of like the way what they're doing. Had that one little wire right there to
that's how
hold.
mine does. It holds
Yeah.
the apron up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one little wire right there in the middle. It means a whole lot.
he's going to show
Yes, it
everybody what a
does.
ring is made of.
That's
and
right.
Now
I thought
there's
the ring was trampoline,
yeah.
I thought that was bouncy.
That's not a
None of us-
trampoline.
right?
That's a lot of hard wood
That's
right
what-
Yeah,
there.
that's 2x12s,
Yeah.
That's right.
and that hurts.
Trust me on
You went
that.
right through that damn
And he-
Like
pipe.
when Joe does that.
And
That's his homage to Harley Race.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that people completely forget that the mat is thin, and they're
It's
like,
an
nah.
inch thick at best.
Yeah.
It's I think an inch is what it is.
Yeah.
An inch thick,
Yeah.
which
And
is
it does
not.
not.
But then
protect.
again, I took a bump in the ring that had no mat, and it was just carpet remnants.
Yeah, when I first started, that's all it was, carpet padding. It
Yeah,
was
carpet
carpet
padding.
padding under it, which
Yeah.
was even thinner. That was real thin stuff.
Yeah, that's real thin shit.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Oh wow.
But he missed Joe earlier when he was putting
Yeah,
that
because
on.
he put it on backwards. He had to with the thumbtacks from the front.
Yeah.
But Joe said, "Here's how you do
This
it
is for
real."
title, ain't it? Ain't this
I
title? for
believe
title?
so. Or it's
I
just champion.
think
versus
so.
champion.
Yeah.
This is
We were too
violent.
busy listening to everything. We weren't paying attention to the what's
Hey.
on
We don't
TV.
ever watch the wrestling anymore.
Hey,
Yeah, I know. I've watched a lot of the shows, and y'all don't even really talk about the wrestling
We don't
anymore.
talk
It's
about the
about
wrestling
it's
anymore.
about what's in the studio.
I've
It's
even stopped like calling it the
reaction party.
reaction party because we just don't even watch the wrestling anymore.
It's just we talk wrestling now,
We talk
Yeah.
wrestling.
whether
yeah.
it's on TV or about wrestling.
Or anything, yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
It's good to have it on though. I enjoy
Yeah.
I enjoy AEW. I really do, and
I
I'm
really
so
do.
glad that they came to Rupp because it's just like I've seen so many WWE matches there, and I'm so glad to see something.
Oh,
different.
good lord!
That's a top rope muscle buster.
a muscle buster.
Second rope. Oh, good lord on the wood.
That's a
Yeah,
muscle
Joe, how did
buster
that feel, buddy?
suplex, wasn't it?
How's that trampoline
Yeah.
feel, Joe?
Oh, he got it. He
He
beat
won.
him.
Did he win his title back?
What?
I guess he.
What was the point of having him lose it to Darby a couple of months back?
Oh, it was for the TNT title. So he got the title back.
Yeah, he got the TNT title back. Joe did.
What was the point of him losing it though?
Well,
the
hey,
first
It's
time?
wrestling.
Darby beat like 4 or 5 people with that when he had the belt.
Yeah, yeah.
He had a bunch of.
That's true.
What, that belt is weird looking. That's not the same belt, is it?
That's the same belt.
I love the
They
gold
just
tie.
rarely change the strap and maybe sometimes do a different paint job.
Yeah.
Depending on who the wrestler.
Well, when it first came out, the belt was real plain, and then they added a little more to it.
Yeah, they changed
Yep.
it.
Because
Home.
some people complained about it being plain.
Who's this?
Well, they
Oh,
had to debut because it wasn't done yet.
Who's this coming out? Warlow.
Warthog.
Yeah,
Wardlow.
Warthog.
I dare you call him Warthog, sir. It's Wardlow.
I will.
Wardlow.
You wouldn't say that to his face if he was in the studio right now.
I would get behind Sean and say
Oh, well,
Warthog
don't
and
you-
then point,
don't
have
you-
my hand point down at Sean.
I guess maybe Wardlow was hurt, maybe, and then they just put it on somebody else for a while, and
guess.
That's what I heard.
yeah.
That they were giving him a break.
I like the haircut.
I do too. Although I'm going to miss the ponytail.
I'm just wondering if he's going to turn heel again because MJF is champion. He's going to go back to heel.
No, I don't think he'll go back to MJF.
Yeah.
But you see, New South Upstart this
Kinda
Sunday
like a jacked up
is where people should be
Kazarian.
going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
I'm just. That's the thing, because I've seen you at shows, Mr. Presley, and it's not just an intermission. You would be there sometimes even during the matches, just periodically peeping out. But you made sure everybody that bought a ticket was in the show. You made sure y'all enjoying yourself. Everybody, it was just great because that does not get noticed not only by us, but it goes by everybody because it's you're not just there to get money from them to get in and out the show. You're there because you care about the fans. You want to make sure that, well, if you like tonight, make sure you come back next time because you're going to enjoy it. God.
That's what they're doing. They're knocking each other out with slaps.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Chris Nowinski even put on Twitter, said, "What's next? Who's going to survive a stabbing?"
Yeah.
And that's exactly.
Well,
That's so
they're all
stupid.
going to end up with CTE and stuff. But,
Exactly.
But yeah, what you were saying is that that's one thing about what we do is I want to make sure everybody's happy and everybody has a good time. And a lot of times, a lot of these shows we break even. We don't make any money on them. We just break even. But we need we want to support the guys who make these long distances. And I'm not doing this for money. I mean, I do it because I love the business and I do it because I love the fans. And I want to give them a good product to come watch. But I need support.
Yeah,
we got to
we
have
need
support
support,
from
guys.
people
That's
because
right.
if you don't, then something that you love could go away. So
That's
Exactly.
right.
We've been doing this 2 hours.
And-
How weird is it that Dana White got
slapped his wife,
Slapped
got in
his
trouble,
wife.
and he's the one
Something
with all
tells
of this.
me that I don't know.
I thought that
you
think
that
it's some
to me
kind of
sounds-
promotion.
Yeah.
That seems like a
Yeah.
like.
Well,
a,
he's back in
that's-
this promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Like,
back in this promotion.
That seems like a skit.
This is
I don't know. That's what it seems like because the timing of it could have been.
I think it was a work.
I think it was a work.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you really gotta show people slapping each other and that happening to their heads?
Yeah. that's-
People
they're giving
love
each other
watching that
concussions in
shit.
this.
Oh, there's some guys that have their whole side of their head swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
there was one
bad.
a couple the first episode or whatever, and she took one and then took a front bump, like right after she took it. Like they helped her up, she started to walk to the back, and she does a forward roll bump. I'm like, why? What's the
Exactly.
Yeah.
over just a slap?
My first time at New South was last year. This was before I was part of the podcast. Me and him had come to the one where Jerry Lawler and Doug Gilbert got inducted to the New South Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I saw you walking around the audience. That's something that you won't get at AEW. You won't get that
Or
at
you won't get
WWE
that
either.
at,
Or
Well,
Impact.
you won't even get it sometimes at most other independent shows.
I've had a lot of the fans say that when I come around, they're like, "We don't ever see promoters like you. That's awesome." And I'm like, "Well, I care about what you guys are,
Exactly.
what you're
and
thinking
why
about.
why
Are you
wouldn't
having
you?
fun with the show? Are you enjoying it?" I come out and ask them that stuff all the time.
Exactly.
And as a promoter, why wouldn't you want to go out and show everybody that you're, and let everybody talk to you, and they feel important when they get to talk to
Well,
their boss, And
The week before last, I came out. And y'all might have been at that show. I think you was. I came out and gave away about 50 shirts.
you
Yep.
did.
Yep,
Yeah.
we were there.
We were
Yeah,
there.
we were at the
I was
the
giving
first
shirts
show.
to kids and
My wife actually got a T-shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know the sizes of these, but I'm just going to give them out. So I gave out a bunch of Rikishi and Chelsea Green shirts. We may do some more of that this week. So I had a bunch of those left over. I was
This
just
guy's
giving them
wearing a
out.
diaper.
Yeah, I was just giving them out.
Slap
So
shit out of them.
just giving them, giving them out. So that's just kind of what we do, and we care about people.
That's right. That's the way it
So-
should be.
And I had a lady that came. She was a coworker of Jordan Cage. She was like, "Oh, I came out and watched Jordan Cage. I didn't realize this was so cool."
Yeah.
She's like, "This is such a good." All her kids were there, and I talked to every one of them. They
Yeah.
had a blast.
Bring the kids out, guys.
They was like,
Yeah.
"We'll be back.
Family
Like this was
friendly.
fun."
Yeah.
So we've been on our 2.5 hour. 2 hours, not 2.5 hours. We're going to call it quits here. At this point, I'll let everybody say their last words. Sean Johns, go ahead.
I'll go first because I did come in late. I do apologize, but my shoot job kind of, I'm not going to get into it. Miss Presley, always a pleasure having you here. Johnny, make sure we reschedule Joe Monroe and the professor.
Definitely will.
Andy, always a pleasure. Thank you for having me, boss. Thank you for not firing me. Johnny.
Oh, you're fired.
You're fired. You
Well,
you
shit.
definitely.
They always
Hey,
wait till the
give your
job's
boots
over, then
back.
tell you you're fired.
You're
We
fired.
get that day of work
Yeah,
out
you're
of you.
definitely fired. Who told you you wasn't? Clean out your desk and fill out a new
I
application.
don't have a desk.
Get back the hat too.
Fill out fill out a new application.
I bought this. I stole this hat. I mean, I bought this hat fair and square from New South Wrestling.
Johnny, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been tuning in tonight. Nate Hewitt, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. Thank you, Ian Mosley, for tuning in tonight. I want to thank you, Anthony Presley, because it's always a pleasure to have you in the studio. And we're definitely doing a skit after this. And thank you, boss, man.
You're welcome, guys.
You kiss ass. No,
You go ahead, Anthony, if you want.
Yeah, just hey, I'm glad I could come on tonight. I know you all was in a bind and needed somebody, and so I was in Lexington. I didn't even tell the girls I was coming here. They kept asking where, and I was like,
where we going?
I was like, we're just yeah. I said we're just going wherever this car takes us, and and they're like, where are we going? I said, we're just going over there. Going to the auto parts store. The auto parts store's closed. Why in the hell would we be going there? And then so and finally we pull into the parking lot. She goes, "You're going to the Nice Guy Andy podcast."
Yeah.
I said,
Oh my God, I'm gonna be bored to death.
I was like, I don't have a charger. I said, I'm sure he has a charger. Let's go upstairs. We got to.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff in here.
I said we got to bail these guys out. So I enjoyed coming up and always being able to talk
we
wrestling.
appreciate you kids coming too.
And it's great to be able to talk about New South and those kind of things in wrestling. But I really wanted to come tonight because about the skit stuff. So I wanted to.
Thank you.
I know I put a post on that. I wanted to also go on there and let people know that in my own voice and words that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that these guys aren't doing anything to poke fun at anybody or do anything. They're having a good time. They're doing nothing no different than what an indie production movie, like an independent movie would be. So they're just having a good time. They're not poking fun at wrestling. They're not trying to make wrestling out to be a mockery. If that was the case, they wouldn't have a podcast all the way around wrestling and bringing on people that think they're better than they are and putting them over. So
Yeah, we put over everybody.
so
Exactly.
that's not what that's about. I mean, people and most of the people that wrote on the comments that were
We had a
very
lot of
well
people.
respected in the business have said that.
We had a lot of support.
So
Thank
there's
you
nothing
guys.
wrong with what these guys are doing. Leave them alone. Let them have a good time. They're having fun. They're expressing themselves. That's a First Amendment right. They're
Yes.
allowed to express themselves in speech and expression. So leave them the hell alone and let them do their thing. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. But you ain't got shit on it.
Yeah.
So leave them alone. Nobody comes to your house and throws rocks at you while you're mowing. So leave them the hell alone.
Because we can shit on you guys too.
Yeah.
We got a bigger platform than you do.
Yeah, but nobody.
We don't.
Nobody puts you down while you're doing what you're doing. So leave them alone. Let them do their thing. They're not hurting
We
anybody.
don't go to McDonald's and fuss about the way
But
you
we
make the
did
fries.
take Subway into the house of Ronald McDonald and drank and eat in there.
Good time. We would live like kings
But
that day.
but guys, just like leave them alone. Let them do their thing. They're not hurting anybody. I mean, some people get a chuckle out of it. So and then they're
That's what
having
it's mainly
and the
for.
mainly thing
It's for ourselves.
and the mainly thing they're having fun. That's all it's about. So leave them the hell alone. If you don't like it, tune away from it. There's a lot of things on TV I don't like, but I tune away from it. So
Yeah, I barely watch anything anymore.
so
this slap shit
same
is
thing.
just.
So just leave these guys alone and let them do their thing. They're not hurting anybody. They're good guys. Like I said, they came and helped us set up and tear down, and just for the love of the business. When a lot of workers told me I'll be there and they didn't show up, these guys showed up. So
Thanks, sir.
that shows you that they're not mocking the business or making a mockery out of the business. They're actually wanting to be a part of the business. So maybe this is the way that they can do it, and so people just need to leave them alone. So, and I'm always a big person that's against bullies anyway. So if you got something to say it to somebody as big as you, and let's see how it comes out then. So,
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Hootie Hoo, he said thanks for the shout out. We're gonna work, brother.
Yeah.
DJ Hootie Hoo. All right, Hootie.
all right, Andy.
Yes, me. I want to appreciate everybody. Tell everybody out there, the fans that watch, we appreciate you guys, and you guys help support us by getting on the Facebook and watching the show and commenting and everything like that, and sharing and commenting. And I just want to thank these guys here for doing what they do, and Anthony Presley for doing what he does, because he's he's out there putting on a show himself, and he's not making any money yet from his shows yet. So, but we have to go out and support all wrestling and being local. Guys, get down to Lawrenceburg and watch these guys show. New South Wrestling Upstart. They need your support. They just started up. We need to keep these houses packed on Sunday. Even if you're not going to be able to show up, buy a ticket. You know, it's not going to hurt you. Buy a ticket. He's got tickets for sale online. Even if you can't show up, go buy a ticket anyway.
That's right.
You know, it doesn't hurt you to buy a
we would
$10
prefer
ticket.
you show up that way.
Oh, we'd love you to show up. We want to
Donna
pack the whole
Phillips,
place.
how you doing? Marcus Robinson, how y'all doing? Sorry, Andy.
You're good. And so I want to shout out, guys. Bobby Blade's got he's got a YouTube channel. He's got like 768 followers, subscribers. He wants to get to 1,000, guys. Everybody. We know we got a few followers here on the Nice Guy Andy podcast. Go over there and subscribe. Subscribe to the Nice Guy Andy podcast YouTube page and the New South Wrestling YouTube page, YouTube channel. We need all the support we can get, guys. If we can get monetized on YouTube, make everything easier for New South Wrestling and Nice Guy Andy podcast
guys.
Too. And our sponsors. What's Boss Man's?
So our sponsors are Dawson Sons Heating and Cooling. I think on Facebook you just find them under Bobby and Becky Doss right now. He hasn't set the page up for it. But go to them. Any kind of heating and cooling needs you have, you go to them. Shelby's Diner in Frankfort, Kentucky. I just ate there today, me and my daughter, Nevaeh. If you go there, man, they got big half-pound hamburgers. Everything's awesome. It's right across from Zaxby's on the first exit coming from Lexington. The first Frankfurt exit. It's right there in Jettown Plaza. Amazing food. They got homemade cake pops and all this kind of stuff, so it's real good food.
Cool.
Then you got Abracadabra Graphic Design. They do all of our graphics. When you come in our building and you see our logo everywhere, they did it. So they designed the shirts that we do, the hats, all of that. They made our hoodies.
Cool.
So all of that they do.
And they're in Frankfort, right?
They're in Frankfort.
Yeah.
And you can find them online. We tag them and everything.
Yeah.
So Abracadabra Graphic Designs. And then we have NutriShop here in Lexington on Tiverton Way. You go over there and see Sky, and he'll get you set up on different nutrition supplements that you can use when you're working out, or even if you're not working out, you just want to be a little healthier.
Yeah.
I go over and buy about 6 different supplements every month. I just went and got mine today. So, and he's just a good dude. So yeah, go see him too. And then we have Livewire Entertainment that does all of our lighting and sound needs and all of that. Go see them.
Great guys.
They do stuff. I mean, they do 2 or 3 different events every day in Lexington.
Yeah.
So like they're doing stuff karaoke and stuff all the time. So if you need anything entertainment wise, they can hook that up for you. And then last and not least, our production team is Prep Spin, William Warfield. He does all of our production for our podcast, and then also for all of our New South wrestling shows. So
Awesome.
don't forget them either. So,
And guys, I went in the other day, and I want to shout out these guys over there. Harry over at Big Kahuna Barbecue in town. Those guys they got some good food over there. They got the Big Kahuna burger.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Big Kahuna burger from Pulp Fiction, the Big Kahuna burger. He's got the
Damn,
Big
dog,
Kahuna.
making me hungry.
It's over there on Liberty Road. You guys stop in. I think he said he needs more traffic between 2 and 6. Go over there and you get you a Big Kahuna burger, man, and take it home with you and eat it, or eat it there with him and sit there and chit chat with Harry and those guys over there at Big Kahuna Burger. So Big
Is that
Kahuna
the one
barbecue.
kind of like right where Johnny lives?
It's right there on Liberty Road, and across from Charlie's Fish Market.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right
Okay.
across the street from
and
Charlie's Fish
don't forget Royal Legs.
and Royal
Right.
Lex for all your
That's right.
and Royal Lex for all your internet gaming needs. Check out Royal Lex on Facebook and tell them Nice Guy Andy Podcast sent you, and they'll give you $3 in free pay. And later on that night, Royal Dark is open from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning for your late night entertainment, internet entertainment needs. So these guys stay up all night for you guys to play. So tell them Nice Guy Andy Podcast sent you.
Yeah.
And don't forget these belts right here in front of y'all guys. The man from Pakistan, Muhammad Jafar made these, so hit him up or hit us up, and we can get you a good deal. That's right. The man from Pakistan, he can get you custom championship belts, or he can get you belts that's already in existence. What are you waiting for? Hit him up. He's on Facebook. Or hit up Andy here, and Andy can help you get to him.
Hit me up. All right, guys.
I got kids that's got to go to school, so I got to get out.
Gotta get out of here.
Nice guy, Andy Podcast.
That ain't what your mama said. Oh, dear Lord.
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast.
Hopefully,
This is a Zodiac. I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate, and dominate. Do it with the Nice Guy Indie Podcast.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Oh, dear Lord.
He keeps popping off at the mouth. I'm going to be his dad.
Oh, dear Lord.
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink
Anyways,
bullshit
our Ricky Dick
podcast.
Bullshit podcast may be Ricky Dick, but we're respectable.
This is a Zodiac. I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate, and dominate. Do it with the Nice Guy Indie Podcast.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Skullface Records. Check them out down in Lawrenceburg this weekend at 101 Hilltop Drive Avenue. Drive. Is it Drive or Avenue? Anyway, they're having a big Skull Fest down there.
Hello?